They have the biggest testicles relative to body size of any male on the planet.
Hey everyone, Slayer here to introduce Nasty and Friends from BDC Studios, a podcast where two friends who met in the Army Reserves get together and talk about shit. One's a firefighter and the other has a funny laugh. So sit back, get rid of your kids, and hold on to your because it's about to get nasty, friends.
Welcome to Nasty and Friends with Pagnasty and Spicy Motherfucking Brown.
To start off the story, this old boy really trying to sell his homemade laundry detergent. Gets to the first door and another old boy answers. Can I help you?
Hello, sir. My name's Willie the Washer, and I'm trying to sell my homemade laundry detergent. You need anything washed?
Well, let me think about it. Yeah, I got this old towel my cat lays on.
Okay, I got 2 buckets. One with my detergent, one with water. Washy, washy, washy. In new blue cheer. Rinsey, rinsey, rinsey. Water so clear. Bring it to your nose. Smells like a rose.
Wow. Goddamn. Yeah, I'll take a gallon.
Thank you.
Gets to the next door and another old boy answers. Can I help you?
Hello, sir. I'm Willie the Washer. I'm trying to sell my homemade laundry detergent. You got anything that needs washed?
Well, as a matter of fact, I do. Yesterday, me and my dog were out for a hike, and he got tangled up with a skunk, and he was wearing a bandana. It reeks.
Okay, I got 2 buckets here. One with my detergent and one with water. Washy, washy, washy. In new blue cheer. Rinsey, rinsey, rinsey. Water so clear. Wing it to your nose. Smells like a rose.
Oh, holy fuck. Yeah, I'll take 2 gallons of that.
Thank you.
Goes to the next house. This old lady in a robe answers the door.
Can I help you? Hello, ma'am. I'm Willie the Washer, and I'm trying to sell my detergent. You have anything that needs washed? Well, can't really think about it. Yeah, actually, I do.
She shuts the door, drops her panties off, opens it back up, hands it to him.
I got 2 buckets here. One's full of my detergent, the other's full of water. Washy, 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 in new blue cheer. Rinsey, 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 water so clear. Bring it to your nose. Washy, washy, washy.
God damn, that nasty bitch. That's good. Episode 52. Fucking love it. We're
man.
finally back at BDC Studios.
Yup.
This is your main man, Pagnasty, sitting across from always the handsome Daddy Fat Sacks, a.k.a. Spicy Motherfucking Brown.
Yup.
How's it going, brother?
Dude, like you said, it's good to be back in BDC Studios. It's been a long time. If you didn't know, if you didn't recognize that sexy voice telling the story at the beginning of the podcast.
Which I bet's probably real. That's a real story. It's
Yeah.
based off a real story.
We have the
100%.
panties here in BDC Studios. We're selling them. Hit us up offline, DM. They ain't cheap.
Nope.
All right?
So as he was saying, is our special guest today he's been on the podcast before. He's returning. He was one of our early guests, if I remember right. So do you remember what episode you were on?
I want to say 3 or 4. You were asking Vito though. So.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But anyway, yeah, Vito is my younger brother. So we're fucking, a lot has changed. I'm glad that you're back. We're glad to have you in BDC Studios. And as you guys know, this is a cooking show. We will get to that eventually. So prepare yourself. Thanks for being on, man.
No problem. Glad to be back. It's It's been over 2 years.
Yeah.
I mean,
damn,
or
that's
right
crazy.
at 2 years.
You were on, if I recall right, my memory is shit. I've been drinking a little bit. You were on season 1, episode, I want to say 4, dude. We'll go back and look. Because was he on the same night as the drunk cast?
Rob
where
Long,
Rob Long broke the chair. And I want to say that's like episode 4 or 5.
Yeah, I don't remember. He tried to light it on
Die
fire.
Hards are going to be like, you dumb fucks. That was episode 5. And then 6 was a drunk cast, you dumb fucks. Ballsy move coming on telling the story, dude. I didn't know how it was going to go. Especially once I'm like, oh, this is a long story. This
because you told me like 2 weeks ago, you were like, I want to tell us. And you asked me if I want to hear the joke. And I said, absolutely not.
No way. Yeah, no way. So
I'm guessing you heard that at work, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I got to give credit where credit's due. Gary Prater, shouts out if you're listening. But yeah, he told me that. He's a way better storyteller than I am. So I hope I did it some sort of
you're a
justice.
good story, dude. You got in the voices. I want to get in the voices a little bit because I didn't know
Yeah.
if it was Irish or just redneck or retarded or whatever.
Yeah, I think
I
it
don't
was
think you
more,
can say that
Yeah.
anymore.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hard
hard R.
But like Scottish, I guess.
Oh, no, definitely
Same
not
thing.
I didn't know
Scottish.
if it was Scottish or redneck or retarded.
No, like,
All the same.
kind of like helmet wearing, window licking.
Okay. No, it was good, dude.
Yo, it was good.
It's ballsy.
And then when you first started, I was like, it's gonna go long. And when you got to the second guy, I thought that's where the punchline was gonna be. So I was like, oh, I guess we're going for another one. And then when you said the woman, I was like, oh, this has got to be it. It's great. I had never heard that one before.
I didn't either. So I'm like, all right. So if this is a long joke, and I love long jokes.
I just love that elongated pause.
Yeah. So I'm already thinking because we told Vito, we're like, dude, we love that. It was Vito's idea. He's like, hey, I want to open the podcast. I want to open it with a joke, and we're all like, yeah. And he's like, I just hope I don't fuck it up, you know. And I'm like, you're not gonna fuck it up, but if you do, like, it's no longer episode 52, whatever. It's gonna be the roast.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking of like
That was
this
the first
roast.
take, yeah.
So after the first like whatever you call it, like the first house, you know, I'm already like, all right. So just in case this goes south, this is what I'm like, thinking of roast jokes and shit. I threw those in the trash. It's over. This is episode 52.
That was the first take. It
was great. I'm gonna be in my head just sitting here while we're talking later. I'll be like, washy.
Yeah,
Like,
right?
100%.
Dude, no, you're a great storyteller. Dude. Don't sell yourself short. That was good, man. That was good.
It was phenomenal. So, but it's been a long time, Nasties. It's been a very long time. I know you and I, we tried to do like a prison call, but we're just with schedules, and it's just like you got to set the time out. And I know like usually when we come back, it's just the first episode back is just us, but we got a busy, possibly one of the best. We always say that every weekend, but this weekend's gonna be phenomenal. So I don't know when these are gonna be released. We don't, because I've noticed that like during the podcast I'll be saying, oh, like next week or last week, then we won't release them just so we can have like spread them out. And I guess just like quickie news on my end. So we're recording here. Today is November 2nd. We've got the holidays coming up. And for people who don't know, which I think do, I have another kid on the way. So I'm very fucking pumped about that. He or she is due at the end of February. So we're going to have that. So after this weekend, I don't know when we're going to get back. So we'll definitely bank them, probably release them, 2-3 weeks apart, which I know sucks, but I think that's just the best way. And then maybe try to get back in and stuff. So
it is what it is,
Yeah.
The people that are begging for episodes, maybe kick some funds in, and then we can, we can take some time off of work, and then maybe that's on you guys. It's not on us. It's on you.
Absolutely not. But yeah, we're fucking pumped. Of course, we feast when we're here.
Dude, you want to set the stage a little bit talk about the background of what we got going on today?
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. So I got up here early. You took me to this place in your city, and it was like a nice. It's like a catfish place, and they have a lot of other stuff, but I've never been. You always like to take me to places in like hole in the wall, and one of the best parts about it was he's like, when we go in there, he goes, just look at the floor. So you sit down, and literally like the whole dining room area is at an angle. So like if you had like a beer or something, and it was like wet or had just like a little piece of ice, it would no joke just slide down. And I love those places. Any place you can go and they're definitely violating at least 3 health codes, it's gonna have good food.
Yeah, we definitely got exposed to a few things. So today, we came, we had a little bit of time, we're waiting for Vito, we're just hanging out. I didn't eat lunch. I went shopping this morning after I took one of the boys to school, and you didn't eat lunch. I was like, fuck, how much time, where's Vito at? And he gave me the update. We're like, shit, we got over an hour. And I found out Pags didn't eat, so I'm like, fuck, let's go. And where do you want to eat? And I just thought of a place. So, like Pags was saying, he likes hole-in-the-wall joints. Like, and we talked about this a little bit, every city is turning into, like, the same looking city. If you go into a lot of cities, man, it's all, okay, there's your McDonald's, there's your Village Inn, there's your Ruby Tuesdays, there's your Outback Steakhouse, you know. So I'm sure, from what I hear, like, the city I'm in has the most restaurants per capita of like any place.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's what they've been saying the last few years. There's restaurants everywhere, but they're starting to build. And I'm a big supporter of mom and pop stores, like we all talked about. But the old ones are the ones I support the most out of those. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying I don't go to like Outback. Or I don't go to...
Yeah, they have their place, for sure. They have their place,
you know what I mean? And if they're close, but if I can, I support those places. So,
yeah.
One of the last times you were in town, we went to John's Grecian Delight. It's been over 35 years. It's a fucking place you wouldn't... It's in a mall that nobody goes to. There's one other thing in the mall.
Yeah.
This place is a place that's not on a busy street. It's not on a city street.
We had to take gravel to get there.
Yeah, we went off the road and took a road. There's nothing on the road, and then the dirt road, and then took the dirt road for like a minute or two, and then you're in the place. But it's been around since I was a kid, and it's run down. They've updated that bar area where we were at because we were on like a little flat screen TV at our table. And then we had the lake behind us.
But I mean, like flat screen from like 1990.
Yeah,
it's not like update, but
it's no QLED or OLED. It's like a
it's
LCD
like
from like 10 years ago. And they still had the old like box screen at our table too. That's just unplugged. There's mooses hanging like. I don't know. It's a meese. It's a meese. There's meese. But no, it's outside this lake. It's called Catfish Lake, and it's been around since I was a kid, and they haven't remodeled it. So we ate there. It's known for a few things, and it was good, dude. I'm glad I took you there. I'm glad you got to experience that.
Yeah, because you asked me if I'd ever been there, and I said nope. You're like, fuck, we're going now. Which is great because I got the tenderloin, and then you got some walleye, and we just fucking split that. Yep. And just the tenderloin meal, I mean, it's a fucking big ass tenderloin and fries. This is like $8 or something. It was fucking cheap.
And I got a 16-ounce walleye for $13, I think.
Yeah, it's good.
A couple bucks
good
for
price.
fries and a couple beers.
So you're saying like I hope they update it before it just like falls into this. Into this lake.
Because it's legit. Like you're in the bar area and you can put your drinks on the table and it's leaning. Like it's leaning on the
like
inside.
As soon as you walk into the room.
Is that like, has it been like that since it was built or over time? Has it settled? Do you know?
I'm
just kind of curious if it was by design.
No, it's not.
The place is it's that good.
The place has been around since I was a kid. You know what I mean? And I haven't lived here all my life, but I'm sure it's older than I'm almost 40, and I'm sure it's before that. So it's not by design. It's just sinking because it's right next to this lake, and I'm sure it's just sinking. It's not the back deck. You go on the back deck, and it's better when it's like nice weather, summer or spring. Gotcha. They have all these fucking carp and shit in the back, so you throw bread, and it's a huge deck. It's like a multi-tiered deck, so with tables and chairs, and they got firewood. And, it was cooler today, which it was 50 maybe, but it was still pretty cool. Nice breeze. But on nice days, you can hang out there, just throw bread in the lake. And we took some bread. I had bread that was underneath the walleye. We took it out there, threw it in the fucking carpets.
I mean, they're there instantly. Like, I put it on my Snapchat today, and they're fucking big-ass carp.
Even the deck, it's got holes in it. They got, like, flower pots they put over the holes so it fall in.
I mean, there's one hole, like,
into the water.
Yeah, there's one hole I saw, like, if I didn't see it, I would have, like, definitely rolled my ankle.
But, yeah, no, it's an old place. They haven't done a lot of updating. But still, like, lunch, dinner, they're packed. Fish fries are packed. Like they stay busy, and it's which is I think unique for a place that is off the grid. Like this place is off. It was only 15 minutes from here from BDC Studios, but at the same time, like there's nothing else on that street, and even on that street, we had to take a fucking gravel road to get there, and there is still like it was a busy lunch crowd there.
Yeah.
So that's great, man. That's great. So yeah, we did that, and now we're in BDC Studios. We could talk about. I'd like to talk about the food that we cooked, the Vito cooked, and then get into that, but then switch gears for a little bit, catch up a little bit, and then get back to food. So let's talk about
But before we do that, sorry to interrupt, but we got to say that obviously our guest picked YouTube. That's on in the background, and we just picked what was it, just smoking videos or like
best of barbecue smoking.
Yeah, so that's on. We'll keep you updated if it changes into any weird like Japanese game shows or something like that for
Sex
sure.
stuff.
Well, right now it is sex stuff to me, putting brisket in the smoker.
But yeah, if you want to explain like what you made for, because you guys know we eat, and especially this weekend we're gonna eat like kings. So.
Yeah. Well, how do I want to? Just recently moved into a new place, and it's in the middle of nowhere, Nebraska. It's pretty close to the Kansas state line. There's a small town stores. They have what's called a tri-tip roast, I guess you could say, but it's basically a taint attic on a cow. It's right below the bottom sirloin.
It's the best part.
Yeah. Oh man. Anyway, bought a couple of them, and we reverse seared the panties off of them. Shouts out Jason Mackey. He's the one that kind of showed me how to do all this. But yeah, we coated one in olive oil, one we didn't, and we just seasoned them up and smoked them at 250 is what we decided to for a little bit. Let them climb to about 125 internal, crank it up, reverse seared the panties off them, and then let them rest for 10 minutes and slice them thick like prime rib and dip it in some au jus and caramelized onions. And
dude, those onions were the touch. I mean, because I've had it before because you've made it and it was phenomenal. But those onions on top, like, they just made it, I feel.
Yeah, and real quick, I don't think we can say panties anymore on the podcast. Like, not in this late in 2018 with this climate. So we're going to edit that out. But you could say onions and you could say caramelized. But panties, come on, dude.
we reverse seared the pantyhose.
Sick fuck. Yeah, there you go.
We reverse seared the pantyhose.
We'll just edit it to pantyhose.
Yeah, no problem.
But no, it was good. I love it. It's something that for the flavor and the for the price that it's just to me it's I don't know. I guess it's just not that well known. I had never heard about it until.
Yeah, and you said, Spicy, you've never had it. Well, you've had it once, but you've never like smoked it or anything.
No, I've never even seen it in the store.
Yeah, which is so weird.
Yeah. So for me,
For me, yeah.
So the only time I've ever heard a tri-tip was we went to annual training with the Army, 6 years ago maybe?
Yeah.
And we landed in a little town called San Jose, California. And then we had to take a rental car from there to our training facility. And we stopped at a barbecue joint. It was the 5 of us. And they had it on the menu. And when I go into a place, I'm always like, what do you recommend here? I've never been here. I'm from out of town, just out here slinging dick. And I want to say they were like, to try the tri-tip.
Yeah.
And I had never heard of tri-tip. So I knew we had it there. And I probably had like a double meat, triple meat combo, whatever. So you tried like whatever. But then it's not. I think it's common, but it's not common here. And I think when I went to San Diego, and I'd like to talk about that later. I want to say I saw that out there too. Like maybe it's a Cali thing, but I don't see it on the menu out here. I don't see it in the stores out here. Tri-tip, I just don't see it. So I didn't know what it was. It must be more popular on the West Coast, whatever. But it's fucking fantastic. Maybe it's not fantastic. Maybe you made it fantastic. I don't know, Vito, but it was great.
It was damn good.
I would it's like a prime rib. We cooked it at the temperature was around 140.
Internal? Mm-hmm. Yeah, when we sliced it right in there, 140, 145, okay. I would like to think.
Served it with au jus, and we didn't do horseradish with it, but we could have because it's like a prime rib, and it was delicious. Yeah. The smoke and then the reverse sear, it was fucking. And then I don't want to get too much into food because I know we're gonna stay here, you like so I caramelize onions. And I usually do it, and I use sweet yellow, and then I caramelize those with Worcestershire. I throw a little sugar in there sometimes because that helps it caramelize. And then I throw mushrooms in the lake because those cook down a lot faster than the onions. You picked up sweet red onions. And I've never done that before. That fucking that's my new shit. That's my new shit.
No, yeah, that's what I want. That's all I grab anymore is the sweet reds for everything. It just burgers. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. It just
you just like that onion.
That onion. I mean, now that you've had it cooked down.
Oh yeah, that's why that's who we are now. As the Brown household, we're red onion people. That's what happened.
Yeah, and Cam cut them up for us because we're all bitches. I was like, I can't.
Even after I'm still fucking crying.
Yeah, I mean, I will cut them if I absolutely have to because you asked me, and she's like, well, I can do it. I don't cry. Yep, it's all yours. So, dude, that's fucking great.
She's a tough broad, man.
Yeah.
She's a tough broad.
Yeah, and then just for sides, we had like a broccoli salad and then macaroni salad from the store, which is fine. They were still great.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great.
Oh,
So
yeah, dude.
eating like kings.
Yeah.
Of course. So again, thanks, man.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. But so like, let's take care of some business while we're here. Yeah, we needed to talk about because we had some major movement in the celebrity death pool here.
Oh my god.
So I don't know where we were last time we had talked, and I'm not for sure. And I know like we keep everybody updated on our Twitter account, but I think last time we were in the studio, I want to say you were in first place.
I think so because I want to say okay. So
He definitely was. 'Cause I think he overtook you from first.
No,
no, it was so right off the bat. Tower shouts out Tower and Eddie Burns shouts out E Burns. Like within the first few days, they jumped up with like a 90-point hit.
Yeah.
Some musician I've never heard of.
Yeah.
And then a few months later, I had Charles, whatever. What doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I had him and I had another one. I jumped up in the lead, and then I've been out of the lead for a long time.
Yeah, well, because I mean, you held it there for a while, but then I got a hit that was worth a ton of points, and I jumped up into first, and I'd been sitting there for a long fucking
you overtook
time.
him. I knew.
By like 19 points.
Oh, yeah.
So I sat there for a good 4 or 5 months, or I mean, however long it's been. It seems like it was forever. And then fucking Medina,
Shouts out
Medine,
Medine.
that motherfucker, who's currently deployed, which is awesome. But I mean, it's not awesome that he's gone, but you get what I'm saying. So he fucking, like, I saw death, and I didn't have time because like they updated on Twitter to like go to the website, and then he hit up our group, our army group, and said that he jumped up into first.
Yeah.
So I looked. So now he's currently up above me, and I don't remember by how many points. So
Yeah, I can't remember.
you and I are currently sitting in second and third, which is unacceptable.
Unacceptable, but in the money.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
I am not.
Yeah, you have what, one hit?
No, I two
One
or
or
three,
two.
but they were.
Do you remember where you're at?
No.
He was sitting like
I was
he wasn't
sitting like fourth or third, and then but I basically got the gimmies, though. You know, the Barbara Bush, Stephen
fuck, you
Hawking.
take those. Take
Yeah.
those.
And then I just honestly I don't do near as much research as needs to be. But I made one bold move with the Jim Carrey, but he's hanging on.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Love that. Love that. Yeah, dude, I think you got to take the sure bets. And I don't, like right now, I haven't been doing research for months. My research is buddies like, oh, did you have so-and-so? Like, no, I didn't. You know, oh, did you know so-and-so's sick? Like, oh, really? Oh, he's got mental illness? Oh, let me jot that down.
Yeah.
I put him on a watch list, and I'll trade every now and then. But
Yeah.
Tower texted me. That's why I texted you this morning. I was
Okay.
like, hey, who's
The Grim Reaper?
Grim Reaper?
Yeah.
Because I forgot.
Sergeant
and
Meding.
I was doing stuff, I like shopping.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not gonna sit down and think of it. And you were like, Meding. And I said, oh, so I told him. I said, oh, it's our friend.
Yeah.
Meding. You know, and I said, don't worry though, he's deployed. And I said, the thing is, if he wins, you know, and if he dies, like we're not giving that money to his family.
Absolutely
so,
not.
So then it just goes like you and then me, and he's like, dude, that's hilarious. That's fucked up. And it's funny because he thinks like I was kidding.
Yeah, no, it's not a joke.
No, like if he dies, like that's our money.
Yeah, and it was actually kind of cool. So Vito, you did the market to market race.
Yeah.
So
Ooh, yeah.
and we
shit,
could talk
yeah.
about that. But I
Yeah.
saw on his Snapchat he
forgot.
he took a picture of the back of the van. It says we're running for Sergeant Medina, who's deployed or whatever. And he's like, don't know who you are, but good luck.
Oh,
I was
no
like,
shit?
yeah. And I was like, bro,
Yeah,
I
put
go,
that
I
on my
drilled with him
Snapchat.
for 8 years. He's like, are you kidding me? I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, he's a great friend. And I go, he's the one who's winning the death pool. He's like, that motherfucker.
Yeah, it's like, it was like small world because again, yeah, we did me and a team of 6 of them. We only had 7, not 8.
Yeah.
Ran from Omaha to Lincoln, and but yeah, like I said, I was just in the middle of the thing. I turned, it's like we're running for like he said, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, wow, I don't know who you are, but thanks for your service. Or something's what I put on my story, and then he was like, oh no shit. I'm like,
Well, 2 jokes there for me. One, when I had Snapchat, I got rid of Snapchat again just because I just don't love it.
Right.
I did it. I got it back because my daughter was on there, and then now she's probably still on it. She's just like, I'm not sharing snaps with my dad because I'll just get in trouble. So anyway, I got rid of it. The first joke is I got a Snapchat from Meding, aka Medina, after he got deployed, and he's on a fucking. Did you see the one? He's on a speedboat.
Yeah.
And I'm like civilian clothes, and I'm like, oh yeah, nice deployment, asshole.
Yeah.
You're on a vacation, getting paid tax-free money. Second joke is he's Mexican.
Ah.
So even if he survives the deployment, when he comes back, Trump's gonna fucking probably deploy him.
Yeah.
We're keeping the money.
Dude.
So pretty much the money, his money, win or lose, it's ours. It's a lot.
I remember in the group text, I still laugh about this text to this day. So Long hit up a group chat between us and said, he's like, fucking Medina, he's in first. And something like that. I was like, yeah, I saw that. I go, it sucks. And all Spicy text back was, build that wall. Like that was it. And I like screenshot it. I sent it to Spencer. I was like, dude, this is fucking hilarious. It was so great. Like, again, I still laugh about it every once in a while. I'll go back and just look at it.
I don't even remember doing it, dude.
Yeah, you were probably in the middle. That's how funny it was. Just build that wall.
Just because I'm like, I love it, man. Like we're like, especially at work, like we're pretty diverse at work. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Believe it or not, like at my firehouse, there's women there. You know,
Yeah.
and it's. Yeah,
Are you telling a story?
No, I'm dead serious, man. They get paid the same as we do.
What?
They don't.
Oh,
They're
God damn.
and it's not like they're there to cook or do laundry or like they're there like doing the same.
Oh, it's not a
shit we're
maid
doing.
service?
No, like they're not fucking. You
How many
know?
people hate us right now?
Yeah, like it's fucking stupid. So anyway, so we make fun of them just because they're not as smart or strong. Or
Yeah.
They're just kind of there.
Taking
the
up
way.
space.
Yeah, get out of the fucking way. And then we have Mexicans, and then everybody gives me shit because I'm half black, you know. So they're constantly, like it's just racist. And my girlfriend, allegedly, my girlfriend Cam, shouts out. She's like, her workers had to go through like a
Diversity training?
Yeah, diversity training led on by the city's multicultural, whatever. I guess it was brutal. They fucked it up and they had to stop training or whatever. And I was like, I couldn't imagine. Those people came to our firehouse and tried to do shit. Like it'd be like the Rescue Me episode. Like it would just be a roast.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's constant. Like
Yeah.
we make like if there, you know, there's Asians on the job, which is unbelievable too. But it's like
Incredible vision.
and then incredible vision. They're good at math and shit. Like, what's the calculation for Narcan? Like, 0.5. And then like we like always bow and like make the Chinese accents. And everyone's Mexican. Like I always look at like Lydia's there, shouts out, you know, and like anything Mexican or anything Spanish, I look at her. Like, is that true? Like it's just, and then it's just super racist, but it's funny, dude. Like, nobody gets uptight about it.
Yeah,
you know?
that's the best part. I love being racist to like people like that love it. So like I've been talking to our boy Molina about something. I was like, hey man, I go, sorry if I've like been a pain in the ass and asking too many questions. And he's just like, you being Italian is a pain enough. I fucking love it.
Racism is funny if people have a good sense of humor.
Oh,
like, I work with a kid. He's like 3 seconds Indian, but he has a card, so like he would still like get government support if he went to college and shit. So anyway, so him and I go back and forth, and I'm always like, "How's fucking buy you something?" I'm like, "Hey, it's 30 horse trots and take a ride," and he's just he's so fucking But we have such good humor about it. He's like, "You fucking wallop, how's your how's the ragu?" And we just go back and forth. And one day I was like, "Hey," because his last name was Guthels. Shouts out, I'm like, "Hey, Guthels." I was like, you know why you can never get a group picture of Indians? Because every time you say cheese, they form a single file line.
Oh man, yeah, that's good.
That's what we're about here: racism and nasty.
But you gotta have a good sense of humor with it. Man.
Absolutely.
You know, that's what it's about. Like we give each other so much shit, but it's God damn it, we laugh as we're walking off. We laugh. You know, like it's
you
a
could
mutual.
do that as a cis white straight male.
No, as long as you're with people who are. They care about each other, like, and you know it's a joke. Like
that was the best part about drilling together.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
If it's a weirdo, whatever. Like we know some weirdos, you know.
Yeah.
And then they try to make a joke, and it's like,
it's
not funny because you're probably you are kind of racist.
Yeah, and it's like, they'll just come up, and drop the N-bomb. You're like, Jesus.
Or like Ham.
Remember Ham? Oh my god. I wasn't going to say his name, but this is one. It was funny from my perspective because I saw your reaction the whole time. Where we were sitting here, and I think it was like during the Olympics or whatever.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, it was during the Olympics.
We're at a weapons qual, so we're in the field for like 4 days.
Gabby, what's her last name?
Gabby Douglas.
Yeah, I think it was Gabby Douglas.
That's a good call, dude, because I would have said,
Simone.
Biles,
Yeah, but it was the one before.
that.
Yes, this is
It was
Gabby
the
Doug.
black girl before that. It was the other black girl.
Yeah.
There's only been 2.
Yeah. No, so, Gabby Douglas, she
Actually,
was
there
like...
was Dominique. There's 3. God damn it, Vito. Let's not be racist.
Dominique
We're gonna
Spanish.
edit episode 52. We'll edit that out. What was her name?
First name, not last name.
I said Dominique. I'm just saying that sounds Spanish.
Oh no, I thought you said the last name. Yeah, it was. There was a third.
Yeah.
Black girl. Come on, Vito.
But we were sitting there.
We're gonna edit that out. That's racist. That's
We were
so
like,
racist.
we were talking about it or whatever, and this sergeant comes up. I swear to God, was dead serious. Now, I can understand if maybe he was like born in like the 50s or raised in the 50s or 60s, because I've heard this term. I heard like an older white guy say something earlier, but it wasn't like mean. It was just like you could just tell like what he was used to. When he comes up, we were talking about it. He's like, "Yeah, how'd that colored chick do?" And I just like my eyes got wide open, and I instantly look at Spicy. Spicy's like, "You can't say that," because it was like dead serious. He's like, "Well, what do you want me to say?" He's like, "Black, African American. I don't know."
Yeah, I don't know.
It was just like you threw your hands up, like you can't.
Yeah, like it just. And I've had problems with Ham
Right.
just over little shit before, and a lot of shit before. I guess he had issues with drinking, and not that I don't.
Right.
But like shit in Philly and other stuff. But yeah, I just remember like. Anybody else could have said something as a joke.
Yeah.
You could have dropped the N-bomb. Oh, yeah, the N-bomb girl. And if it would have been you, it would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
You know
Right.
what I mean? But he was dead serious. He's like, oh, the colored girl, she did really well. And I was just like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? This was, I know it's not 20, it was 2014, 2015, but it's like, why would you call her a colored girl?
Right.
She's an American. Just
Right.
say the girl. You don't have to say anything. You don't even have to describe her, but the colored girl, really?
And it's not even like it was like just our unit. There was like other
there
units
was a bunch of
around.
people. So I kind of...
And you were the boss, right, at the time?
They're
We were probably the same rank.
They're same rank,
yeah.
different
Same rank.
units.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I think I was just like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what are you doing? Like, it's like I said, if you would a joke, you could go way worse
Right.
than
Oh,
that.
yeah.
But
Oh,
like
yeah.
dead serious, like that colored girl did really well. I was like, where the fuck are you from, dude?
Right.
What the fuck? So I
Alabama.
went
Yeah, I
off
was just getting ready to say Greenbow, Alabama.
so I went off on him a little bit. I'm just like, what the fuck, man? So yeah, anyway, but yeah, what if it's like I'm saying, you could say way worse shit than that, joking. But if you're dead serious, it's like, what are you doing? So I don't know.
Oh, hot damn. Hot take. Man, we were really down a tangent there.
Yeah.
But so if anybody's listening, I think this will be coming out like
If anybody's listening, we're not even 30. Are we 30 minutes in?
yeah, just
Already?
past it.
Jesus Christ.
Time flies. The time suck here at BDC Studios. But I was gonna say, if you're part of the death pool, you haven't got us your money. Get us your goddamn money because we gotta be paying out. I'm still expecting to get first. I'm hoping to get some. I know you trade and you've had some good trades, coming in and out. So, yeah, I don't know. I heard.
For the record, I'm not getting anything.
Yeah, which you have. The thing is
there's 2 months left, dude.
yeah, and
There's
if you
60
get it,
days.
if you get a hit last day, 2018, it's 100 bonus points.
Yeah, that's plus the 100 bonus points just for that, plus age, plus any other bonuses.
Yeah.
that's a win-win. Like,
Yeah,
you're winning.
anybody's game, and it's not like there's people who get like 400 or 500 points. I think like Medina, who's in first, is like 180 or 190 something. So
you're right. Yep.
yeah, so it's good. I'm fucking pumped,
Oh, yeah.
pumped about it. So.
Yeah, dude. No, I'm pumped about it too. A lot of changes. I mean, you got a side bet going on with Bill Cosby.
Oh yeah.
The colored guy from. He had the show. He had the show with the kids, like back in the '80s.
Such a subtle
He wore the Cosby sweaters and sold the pudding.
Yeah.
Allegedly, he was fucking slipping drugs to chicks.
Well, I don't think. Allegedly for maybe 59 of them, but he was found guilty on one of them.
Oh, that's
so, and he's
scumbag.
doing jail time because you don't think he's gonna make it out of jail in 2018, and I think he will, because that's what I said. Because if at the time before Medina jumped ahead of me, if you got Bill Cosby, you would have like jumped ahead of me by 2 points.
Yeah.
And you're like, there's no fucking way he's making out of 2018. And you said $5 bet. I'm like, it's death pool. It's on. So yeah, we got that side action right now. So
So you don't think he'll live throughout the year, and you do?
Yeah, if he makes it to January 1st of 2019, I win $5.
Oh,
yeah. So
Shit.
yeah.
Side action.
So that motherfucker dies soon. He'll bump me to 3rd place.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Boss at the $5.
so the top spots, it goes Medina, Pagnasty, Spicy Brown, and then Long. I think Long's sitting in 4th.
Yep.
And he's definitely within striking distance. I mean, anybody is, I guess, depending, because I jumped into 1st with an 86
You got a
pointer.
good hit.
So
Yeah, anybody could just bump up to 1st place.
yeah.
We I don't even think we have the payouts figured out again. I think it's top 4 or 5, but we're gonna. I mean, it's
Yeah.
we'll get that figured out. You know, we got to see how many people. We got the envelope. It's full of money. I think there's 12 people in it. So we'll figure out if 20 people are in it, yeah, we'll probably pay the top 5 because it's with $25. I think it's.
Yeah, I can't remember what the
I ain't
email.
No fucking nerd, but it's around $500. So
Yeah,
we want to
it's
spread it out. Nobody needs to get rich
no.
because then they'll get fucking.
I just want to win my money back at least.
Oh yeah, man.
And I was hoping this might be the best year that I would take 1st and fucking lost it, but I'm hoping to come back. So, yeah, we're excited. We'll definitely keep you updated on that, on how that turns out.
Yeah. I say Mading's a wash, dude. Like even if he gets 1st place, like he's not making it back into America just because of the political climate in 2018.
Yeah.
And then that would make you 1st, me 2nd, Long 3rd. So
I like it. And just with a little extra money on top of that.
yeah, and then all we got to do is say like, I don't know, Long's Jewish or whatever. He's the bear Jew, and then they're like, oh yeah, fuck him. And then Vito, I might bump Vito into the money.
Just above everybody else.
Please do.
Yeah, I think we still only have like 4 or 5, maybe 6 people who don't have a hit yet.
Yeah.
So I know Joey, who placed last year, he finally got a hit. Burt Reynolds.
Oh.
So you blame him.
Did I have him?
I don't remember.
I haven't been on there in forever.
Yeah, we can.
I had like 2 or 3 hits, and I was like within like 10 points. Yeah. And then when everybody just started fucking taking off, I just stopped looking. Like I was like, not that I gave up faith, but I'm like, there's just no way. Like I don't have these badass picks. Like the most points I could get out of a pick is like fucking 30, and you guys are already like 100 ahead of me. So.
You just gotta get them all.
Yeah. Come on, the other 17.
Good shit. But one thing that I did want to talk about, because I love, is you just recently, so when you said you moved out to the country, you just recently got a new vehicle because you moved like 14 miles away from work.
Well, it's actually, I believe it's almost 18 miles to work, but like 14, 15 miles outside of town. Yeah.
Okay. So you got just a beater to, well,
Oh, yeah.
shitty term there, but you just got a work car, and I want to talk about work cars because that's one of my favorite things in this world is when somebody just buys like a $500, $600, $700 car. It's shit, and you just drive it. And like my in high school, our dad, he bought is it a 94 or 96? It's 96, right? The Ford Aspire?
95. Put your shit together.
If I remember.
Jesus.
95 Ford Aspire, and I fucking love that thing.
Four-door.
Yeah, hatchback, and that thing.
I remember. Yeah, I know exactly what that looks like.
Yeah, and so like,
I don't want to interrupt, but
I'm going to.
yeah, I'm going to on purpose. That car, and this will segue into the rest of the conversation. But we ended up loving that car. But I still remember when I was in 8th grade, Dad coming to pick me up from the movies in that car, and I was embarrassed, right? Because you're an 8th grader, you know, and you're with a girl and all this and that. And I still remember he asked me if I was embarrassed, and I honestly answered. I said, yeah, and he goes, "Oh, Vito," like he. But I never understood that response until I got older. He's like, and there's so much more to life than a goddamn vehicle. So
Right.
That taught me a lesson. That car taught me a lesson.
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted to. Sorry to cut you
Well,
off.
no, I get it. But so we drove that in high school, and Mikey, nicknamed it the Dick Missile, which I think we've talked about. It's a car that I sold to Rob for $2 because I bought it for $1. And
Doubled your money. Joke's on you, Rob.
Yeah.
But so we drove it, but everybody loved it. Like the whole high school. Then Vito got it, and everybody in his high school loved it. So I just love cars like that.
Yeah.
So people who have like maybe like a door doesn't work, or you gotta stop up, check the gas, fill up the oil, like those types of cars. You know what I mean?
I don't know if about the dick missile. I was driving it in high school. I don't know if you know this story, but football. That was my high school car, right? So we had to park farther away, but a bunch of football players parked, and so the person on the passenger side of me had left. So there's a car on my right, a space, and a car on the left. Before I got out there, the fucking O-line picked up the ass into the car and turned it sideways. So it was parallel parked between the two cars. I had to sit there for like an hour for one of the two cars to leave so I could pull out. I was pissed off. I mean, it's just this tiny little...
I did know about that.
Did you? Yeah.
Somebody had told me, so.
I just walk out and I'm like, yeah, well, here we are. Time to wait because there's nothing you can do.
So I love shit. But I was going to say, so the car that you just recently bought, this thing.
Yeah, Gwyneth. That's my girl. 1998 Buick Riviera. I've known where she's been all her life. About 161,000 miles on it. Passenger door don't open. Window tints peeling.
It's a two-door.
Two-door sedan. It's beautiful. But back in the day, in 98, it was made for luxury. Like the back seat, it's only meant to seat 2 people. It's only meant to seat 4 people total.
For sex.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, leather. I mean, I have
easy cleanup.
I bought a brand new 2017 Tacoma in November of 2016, Toyota. Love that truck. I still have it. But this 98 Buick Riviera has more options than that 2017 Tacoma. And it's the off-road, so it's like the second to highest form of Tacoma they have.
Yeah.
And I drive it to work. It's got heated leather seats that still work. It rides like a goddamn boat on water. I mean, it's not the greatest on gas mileage, but I don't care. It's just a smooth riding vehicle. I mean, like I said, the passenger door don't open. You got to push down on the driver's side window if you don't want the window to not seal underneath the door frame. I took 3 neoprene self tappers, and I bolted down the driver's side door handle on the outside because it was loose. I opened the door. I had to put a long screw with the washer, and then another screw with a neoprene washer to hold the door panel on because it was vibrating real bad. And then next to the steering wheel on the right side, there was a panel. Like you get your dashboard, and then there's a panel right here. It was sagging real bad. And I'm like, God damn it. I'm like, what do I have that's... It was like a Friday night. I'm like, what do I have? It's thin metal because I got to be able to screw something to it. Mm-hmm. Well, I used to chew, and with Copenhagen, you can work those caps out. You know, so it's just So I'm like, oh fuck yeah! So I took a Copenhagen straight, screwed it to the dashboard, pushed that panel up, put 2 more screws in it. So now I got a metal Copenhagen. Nice. Yeah, so it held. It doesn't sag no more. I don't give a shit that it looks tacky. I mean, great car, 30. It's a fucking V6 supercharged engine. Nice. Thing gets up and moves. It's smooth, man, and I love it. I've already put almost 2,000 miles on it in a month.
Nice. Yeah,
that's what I drove up here to BDC Studios. You know, that's what I was telling him. I was like, man, I go to Walmart. It's the perfect camo. I got a fucking Yeti cooler in the goddamn trunk. Nobody's even gonna think twice. I got $90 of hot sauce. You know, I mean, all my clothes and seasoning. I just throw it in the trunk.
I saw that.
Yeah, but I love. Have you ever had like a work car like that, or like some like shitty vehicle that you just absolutely loved?
Yeah, like my truck, like right now, it's like that.
Yeah, my main vehicle right now.
But no, like growing up, like my Ford Escort. Growing up, I had 2 different Ford Escorts, but yeah, even my truck right now. So like it doesn't think it's in park. So when I'll try to start it. I got 07 Ford F-150.
Yeah. You've had that thing STX. Like forever. As long as I've known you.
I've had it for it's maybe not that long, but I've had it since it's 07 and I've had it since 11.
So okay. I thought you.
Yeah, no, I knew you.
Did you have a different truck when I came to the
unit? I had a Chevy Blazer, like a 96 Chevy Blazer.
Oh, okay.
Drove forever, dude. I've never had a new vehicle. But my truck now, my Ford F-150, so it doesn't think it's in park. So I'll try to start it and it won't start. So what I do is I have to put it in neutral and then I start it and then I throw it back in park and then I sit for a minute and then I throw it in reverse and drive or whatever. But other than that, no, it's fine, man. Like I've done transmission work, engine work. Not me.
Right.
I don't do any of that shit.
Right.
I'm not a.
In the words of Bill Burr, you take it to a real man.
Yeah, I take it to a real man to fix it. I've had transmission, engine work, new tires. Just got an oil change the other week, but. I was in the shop. I was in the new car place earlier this year, and I was looking at Silverados. I was looking at F-150.
Are you looking to stay with the truck then, or?
Yeah, I'll stay with the truck, but $50,000 for a new
that's
truck.
ridiculous.
I'm like, fuck, I'll ride this motherfucker till the wheels fall off. And I took it to a place maybe a year ago, and it's a place called Tuffy's. Yeah,
Sounds legit.
Tuffy's, and they oh, you need a whole new frame. You need
Yeah.
like $4,000
Of
worth of
course.
shit. And I'm like, I'm sure I do. I'll just take the oil change. And then I think I went somewhere else to get brakes cheaper. And then I'll ride this thing, and it's not a hoopty. It's not a hoopty like we're talking about, but it's definitely it's no.
Well, that's why
I got buddies with new trucks, and I'm like, oh, that's fucking nice. That moonroof is sick and shit. How much is your payment? $600 a month. Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah,
This
and
truck
like
works
that's
just
where
fine.
I started out with a 2500 crew cab Cummins, and I went to a 1500 crew cab Chevy.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went down to a Tacoma crew cab four door. So what I would say is if you're looking at it, go to a mid-size truck because it's they're just as good. I mean,
Yeah.
if you don't need the room, they're cheaper.
Right.
And
Oh, yeah.
and they'll get you anywhere else. That's what I love about mine. I mean, it's.
Yeah.
But I was fortunate enough to pay it off, so I don't have that payment. But it's my future plan is that's my oldest daughter's vehicle in a decade when she can drive.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and we got our oldest. He's 15, and he's been driving for months. He's good.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the requirements are, he's got his driver's permit now. He's got the hours he needs for driving day and night. He's a pretty good driver, Me and Cam did most of the driving with him. I've only driven with him a little bit. He doesn't want to drive.
Smart.
The truck. That's why I like to drive the truck. But no, he's a good driver. And his dad, who's in the automotive business, got him a Chrysler Cirrus. Can't remember what year. I haven't seen it yet. He just got brakes done at the. And he's not 16 until February, but yeah. So he's got a hoopty, and that's good. Yeah, like she said, when she pulled up, she's like, "Whose car is that?" Like,
Yeah.
he's eyeballing it. Like, that's right in my price range.
Oh, yeah. I don't mind the hashtag Ballin' and Buick stencil on the back.
Yeah, he legit put it on there.
awesome.
That's
I
fucking.
didn't
You have to see it. Spray painted in red.
Okay.
And Big Tom Demon, he bought himself a 2000. I think it's a 2001 Buick LeSabre.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. For a work car.
When did he get that? I didn't know that.
Like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, dude,
so
that's
he
fucking
sprayed
great.
paint, but his is like a maroon color. But he made the same stencil, but he spray painted his in like truck liner on the back because for maroon. So it's hashtag Ballin' and Buicks, but mine's in a Regal red gloss spray paint that I bought at Ace. Hashtag Ballin'
That's gonna
and
be great
Buicks.
because somebody's gonna see both of them at different times and be
Yeah.
like, I thought it was a different color.
No,
You're starting a trend, dude.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
great.
dude. I love
Well, you said you knew where the vehicle was the whole life. Like,
Yeah, it was my buddy's in high school. Derek Mace, shouts out. He's doing a lot of him and his brother Brent doing a lot of video editing for some bands and even short or low revenue, low income movies and around the Lincoln area. So they're doing really good for themselves. It's awesome to see. But anyway, so his
Porn?
no.
maybe
Sadly
I've seen
not.
some of their
Maybe
work.
not. Maybe I don't know. I'd have to talk to him. But anyway, so his grandparents had it, and then I think it was his grandpa. But anyway, they passed away. So then his parents inherited it, and then let him drive it in high school. And he's been driving like the past decade. So the whole life of this vehicle, I've known where it's been, and it's just he was so pumped because I seen his girlfriend put it up on sale, put it up for sale for his parents. So I just immediately am like, hey, dude, like I wasn't even looking for a car, and until I seen that, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And then he's like, so he just told me like, this is what's good, this is what's bad. I mean, because there's paint flaking off of it,
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Anyway, he's like, yeah. So every little update that I do, whether I'm spray painting on it, whether I'm putting a fucking Copenhagen decal and mountain shit, he's like pimping out the Riv. He's so happy that because I graduated with him. He's so happy I went to somebody he knew, and I don't know.
That's
It's
cool,
just,
man.
It's just a pretty unique camaraderie thing.
I just love shit like that, man.
Yeah.
I've rode it and that thing's smooth as
Yeah.
fuck. So heavy car.
Oh yeah,
so-
me and God got a fucking stuck mudding. Well, didn't mean to go mudding, but road didn't look that bad. But we forgot the car weighed 4,000 pounds. Long story short, we got out. But.
It's just great. So I just wanted to, like I said, bring that up because I wasn't sure if you had like some beater in like high school or when you were younger and you can't afford shit. So
yeah, no, I've been there, and I love that. You know, I love that. Yeah, like I still live there. You know? I got an 07, and a lot of my friends have, 2018s, 20, maybe a 20. My buddy Andy just bought a truck like 2 weeks ago, and I want to say it's a 2019 Ford F-150. Maybe they're not out yet. Maybe it is a 2018. I don't know.
No, they come out around 2019's come out in like late October, like around
so,
Thanksgiving
I'm sure
usually.
I'm sure it's a 2019, but I still roll up in my 2007 and. Yeah, no, it's good, man.
I'll tell you, I'll probably never buy another brand new vehicle again. I guess unless I can just straight up pay cash for it.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was gonna shut off. This dude. So I'm listening to the stories and watching this. This dude's been just patting that brisket for 5 minutes. He hasn't done anything yet. And the PlayStation's like, we're gonna shut off in 10 minutes if we don't see any activity. So I hit up. And yeah, we're 6 minutes into the video.
Why does he have his gloves on and the brisket's not even cut open?
He's not. He's fucking. Okay, so for the people listening. Oh, no, he's doing it.
Anyway, back
So this video's been on for 6 minutes. This dude's got gloves on. He's just patting the fucking brisket and talking. And
The best part is because obviously it's on mute, so we have no idea what he's saying.
Like I'll show you fucks.
Oh, no. Yeah.
I know you guys believe me, but yeah.
Oh,
6 minutes into the video, and he just cut into the fucking plastic. He's just been patting it and talking like, "Look, this is a brisket." I don't know what he's saying because it's on mute, but this is a brisket. We're gonna
Packer cut.
I got my gloves on. You see, I got my gloves. You see this watch right here? Like you know what I'm on.
Pretty sweet watch my grandma got for me.
I gave 3 colonoscopies. Time to cut into this brisket.
Smell this, man. You can smell this.
Washy, washy, washy.
I hope they get a good laugh out of that.
Oh, yeah, they will. If not, fuck them.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep sending emails, though, you cocks. Oh, speaking of which, we'll just jump right into this. So we always ask, as you know, to people send in us emails so we can do our questions.
Yep.
Question and answers. Email, still nastyandfriends@gmail.com.
Still.
Never changed.
No. Well, we've gotten one email since July, and that one I think came in on July 20th. So thanks, Nasties. Appreciate it. And it was from you.
Yeah.
Vito.
Woo!
So I figured while you're here and we don't have any other questions, why don't you just ask us and we can answer it.
Okay.
Is that cool with you?
Absolutely, 100%.
So this is honestly, I want you to think about it because I think I know my answer. But okay, would you rather have a vagina on your forehead or a bunch of erect penises going up and down your back like a stegosaurus?
So they are erect
Yep,
penises.
Yep, that's the word I told you. I actually
how
like
many
that.
talking?
Oh, we'll go 6. We can even
That's a
spread it
lot.
out.
Well, let's talk this out because this is where my head goes.
I want to hear you go erect and flaccid.
Okay.
Yeah, this is good.
Okay, I instantly, like, my head goes to dicks, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah, same.
Because men are disgusting anyway, and men try to grope women, and it's covered up, and it's their own body, and there's a lot of sick fucks out there. I am friends with a lot of degenerates, and if I'm walking around with a fucking vagina on my head, I know you sick fucks. People just be like, "What's that?" and already take it upon them.
And they're fucking
So, yeah. They're coming up sniffing it 100%.
Sticking dicks in while you're sleeping.
And I'm
I would
assuming,
do it.
and I'm assuming it's a vagina, so it does vagina things.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I'm not walking around with a string hanging out, which
Right.
so everybody can see. You can't go to restaurants. At least if you have like erect dicks on your back, you can just like
but think
maybe
about sitting like you are right now.
yeah. But if you wear like a big
You would
trench
have great posture. Like you could never lean back in a chair.
Right. And so then I'm also guessing if it's a dick, it does dick things. Now, are these individual dicks? Or like, say, if I'm having sex, do they come at the same time? Or like,
good question.
or can I have sex like with my dick between my legs and then turn around?
No,
You know?
I think it's just.
Like all one thing.
I think it's just like they're just there and you still have your senses.
Okay.
That's the way I persuaded.
Well, in my head, when I see it, they're attached to their part of me. So when I get a boner, they get a boner. When I pee, well, that would suck if they had to.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
If either your your pussy forehead or your 6 dick back has to piss or ejaculate? Like your nut. Okay, so if you have to piss,
Yeah.
So then
This is a great question, by the way.
Yeah, it's one of the better. If or what do they call?
Would you rather?
Would you rather?
Yeah.
So yeah, so then you gotta like piss. Like how are you gonna piss? Like you have the flexibility, like to lean down and piss.
I tell you how you piss
from
with the
your head
raincoat
and
on.
or the 6 dicks in the back. And if you have 6 dicks in the back and they all work off the same nutsack, your nutsack is gonna swell 6 times the size as your normal nutsack. So I'm gonna go different from you. I'm gonna say I'm gonna go with the pussy forehead.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why.
But you're a pretty big guy. You could probably defend it better than I could. But I do I do like that's just my first thought because I think I just know even just random people. I mean, ask like Thomas or Rob, like their beards. Guys and girls just come up and grab it like that.
Oh, yeah.
Without asking. So if you have a vagina, 100%, men are fucking pigs. Like I said, they touch women inappropriately anyway. And if they see a dude with a vagina there, 100% you're getting AIDS in that thing. 100%.
Yeah, I think it my reasoning is it's a lot easier to cover up one pussy than it is 6 erect dicks.
Dude, that's
constant
true.
Erect dicks.
So do you go to
a hat all the time?
A hat or like
all the time.
What's it? The turban? Like
yeah,
you
like
Islam?
I turn Muslim. I fucking do the turban. No,
you put panty liners on inside your hat.
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So you either get a stitch
dude, you might
shut,
be right.
You get a stitch shut,
yeah,
or you put gauze.
You get it.
You can't get a stitch. Your pussy?
Yeah, the pussy, the forehead pussy.
Oh, you're talking. Oh, speaking of forehead pussy. Anyway.
No, but yeah, you either stitch it shut. If you can't, you just throw fucking gauze on there, a headband, and then a ball cap. Yeah.
Praise be to Allah.
Yeah, or like you said, you go the Muslim route.
Did you guys notice Spicy has really worn a lot of sombreros lately? It's like
just sombreroed out all the time. It's like it's winter time. Like the sun's not even out. Like, but no, you keep it wrapped up. Like think of like cancer patients like Brett Michaels or whatever. He always has a bandana.
Maybe that's why he wears a bandana.
He's got a pussy forehead.
Let's see your forehead.
Vito, call him. Get him on the phone.
Brett Michaels?
Dude,
Brett Michaels. We're going to interview him right now.
Okay. You might be right, man.
But if it was 6 normal dicks, it would suck.
Yeah.
6 erect dicks? How big dicks are we talking to?
Yeah.
Like how far away from the seat am I have to...
I guess I pictured it as the size of my dick because that's the dick that I see all the time.
Oh, it's gigantic.
Yeah, it's huge. And black.
Yeah, you got 6
it's
big
colored.
Black
It's
got 6
colored
big colored dicks erect just behind you at all times. Like
so aggressive. Dude, that's a shirt.
Like snipers.
That's a shirt. That's all it says is 6 big colored dicks.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, I think of that like that's a problem, dude. You can no longer ever sleep on your back. You're always on your stomach. With the pussy forehead, you just fucking...
Yeah, but if you look at it this way, if you got the dicks, you'll never roll out of a bed again.
Well, I've never rolled out of a bed ever.
You never?
Never.
You've never rolled and hit the floor ever once?
Not one time, dude.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
I have once.
Not once.
Once,
ever,
but in my defense, I was 16 sleeping in a twin bed.
Oh, yeah. No, I've never done it, dude. And I'm a heavy drinker.
Well, that's probably why, because you just, once you're down, you don't move.
That might come to a surprise, but yeah, I'm a heavy drinker, and I've never rolled out of bread.
Out of bread?
Yeah. That's a great fucking question.
Yeah,
man.
that's a great one, dude.
I think you changed my mind, man. I think you legit changed my mind. I think you're right. It is a lot easier to cover up.
And you know, how easier is it to fucking, when you're fucking jerking off? Because you got 2 hands, you're jerking off your dick. You're fingering your fucking forehead. You don't have enough hands to jerk off 7 dicks.
Yeah,
dude.
and I'm not that flexible either. So
as good as that sounds too, like you jerk off 7 dicks, you just can't do it.
Whoa! Jerk off 7 dicks sounds good. All right,
Yeah,
fair enough. To each their own.
Yeah, I mean if you're into that.
Yeah, just walking in rooms, jerking dicks left and right.
Jacking dicks.
Walking in, jacking dicks left and right. But yeah, just to fucking
again.
You're fucking 2 hands. They're both doing work.
I like the motion, man. You got there, dude. That's
just jerking.
I like how you went 2 fingers. Like,
yeah.
I feel like it was.
You start with 2.
Yeah, but I feel like if it was me,
Yeah, I mean, you start with 2, and then you could go up.
Yeah.
Get fit.
And the best part about that is obviously you wouldn't keep it covered up around your friends. So like we'd be sitting here like we're doing episode 52 here now. We get to episode 152. I've been like, dude, that puss looks worn out on your forehead. Like it's just blown up. Like what have you been doing with that thing?
Your head you got smashed last night.
Yeah. I don't remember. You wake up, the cat's licking it. You're like, Jesus.
Get off it. Get off my puss.
Puss.
Puss, get off my puss.
Would it grow like pubes? Would you have to shave it?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
I would say no.
Because you don't have hair on your forehead?
Yeah, but it's a vagina.
Yeah.
I think it's just the puss. You know?
All right. Yeah. I'll give you that. It's your fantasy. I like it.
Yeah.
I think for like the millionth time on the podcast, you changed my mind on an issue. I like it. I think I love it. That's a great question. Where'd you just come up with that? Like,
No, I read it.
yeah.
I think I Googled, honestly, I'm not going to sit here and take credit. I think I Googled fucked up questions.
Hey, dude, it's
and
a
that's
great
what it came up.
question.
And I
That
was
was
like,
fucking one of the better ones, dude. That was good.
well, I knew you guys would talk it out a lot.
What's your answer?
Oh, my answer all along was straight up vagina on the forehead. Really? To begin with, yeah. Dude, there's just too much to worry about. Whether it's flaccid dicks or fucking erect dick. Even if it's flaccid dicks, you can't wear a shirt like you're wearing and not have fucking lumps down your back.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to cover up a pussy on your forehead.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Cork.
Yeah, you cork it, bandana it,
Yeah.
wig,
Yeah.
afro wig.
That was like maybe like I wouldn't even think
Helmet.
I wouldn't even think just like a turban. Like I was thinking of them Indian bitches where it comes, so I can see the eyes.
like a baklava or whatever.
Yeah, like dot, not feather. They're just like
Oh, yeah,
fucking. That's all you can see.
We're gonna edit that out because I don't think you can say that shit.
I didn't say colored.
Not in this climate. I don't think you can.
Nope.
Yeah, we'll edit that out. Like, don't worry. So,
Absolutely love it. Well, is there anything else that you wanted to bring up before we get into like the main subject here?
no, all this talk about dicks and pussies is getting me super wet. But
Yeah.
we go.
I can
anywhere
see
you
it
want.
dripping
we
from
had
your
some other
forehead.
stuff.
Oh, I do want to talk about. There's a couple more things I want to talk about. I know we covered the death pool, Nebraska football.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about it because we haven't been on the air since the season started.
Oofta.
Oofta, indeed. What do you guys feel about the season? What do you think the direction is going?
I mean, it's hard for me because I love Scott Frost. Like I've always loved him. I enjoy him. I like his coaching style. I liked him at his last job. I don't think anybody obviously saw like this record coming at all, but I think it is any type of growing pains. I have faith, but I'm always one of those. I've never ever been one of those guys where like, nope, you got to fire the coach. You got to get him out of here. Like everybody, I'm like, just give him a chance, especially in their first year. So it sucks. Obviously, I hate it. But it's all part of it. Like, you can't fucking win national championships. But I've always been that guy when it comes to all sports. I'm just, I am a diehard fan, but I'm not like, fuck, oh, we're not going to get to a bowl game. And you definitely don't want to see your team be like that, but I'm not losing my shit over it.
What I think,
guess.
and I'm not like I'm a fan, but there's like fucking diehard fans. Like I'm sure Thomas listening right now would love to chime in, but. Like from what I could see is the difference between Scott Frost and the difference between the last 2 or 3 coaches is that he is continually trying to do the right thing. He's not just trying to get wins to please the people that hired him. Mm-hmm. Like with Bo Pelini, he won 8 to 9 games a year generally, but he got blown the fuck out the other 3 to 4. Yeah. And we'd go to a bowl game, and it's the same goddamn story. So, and right now, you still have kids leaving, but Scott is still sticking by. He's like, we're building it up correctly from the ground. So that's where I stand. He's trying to build it the right way, and so to me, I don't give a fuck if we're 1-11 at the end of it. He's trying to do the right thing. So if they give up on him and fire him for that, shame on them. But I agree way more with what he's doing. He's not just trying to get 7 to 9 wins to please the people that hired him. I don't. That's just my thought. Whether I'm right or wrong, I don't know. It's just a personal opinion. I'm no coach. I'm no athletic director. But that's just the way I see it. And you can see it in his interviews. The way he talks. He's like, and he keeps talking. And you can see it in the emotion in the Minnesota game. Like. Yeah. I have not seen a coach connect with the players like that, even though they have lost. I mean, they're 1-7?
No, they're 2. They got 2.
2-7.
Yeah.
2-7, 2-6, whatever they are.
Yeah.
So anyway, they'd lost 6 straight, 7 straight, whatever the hell it was, and they know they're getting their first win. I still hadn't seen players connect with their coaches like that, getting their 9th win of the season, the way they were emotionally with him. So to me, that's worth more than 8 or 9 wins a season. But that's just my humble opinion.
For now,
so.
yeah.
Obviously. But
Is that kind of where you're at, or?
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, I don't even consider like I think no real person considers firing Scott Frost.
Do you think if it's anybody else but Scott Frost, they'd be gone?
No, I don't think you
not
can.
not first season, no.
No, absolutely not. I mean, you bring somebody in, like, what the fuck, you're not. Well, you can't do that. You know, it takes time to set up your system, to recruit your players, to get everybody, sold into your system. So I obviously didn't think it would be this bad, but my theory is also I swear by this theory. If the first game would have happened against Akron,
and they got their momentum going,
they would have played Akron. They would have won because it's fucking Akron. It's Akron. They're a soccer school, so they would have played Akron. They would have beat them. They would have went to the Colorado game. They would have, fine-tuned some things. They would have played Colorado, and they would have beat them because they would have fine-tuned some stuff like Colorado did, playing Colorado. I think they played Colorado State maybe before Nebraska.
I believe so.
I don't remember. I was at drill, watched part of the game. The defense looked sick as fuck. And then since then, I don't know what happened. But anyway, no, I think they play Akron. They win for sure. I think they play Colorado. They win for sure. They play Troy. They win for sure. Then they go into Michigan. Maybe they don't win, but it's a different game than the 56-20, whatever it ended up. And then from there, like, the season's different. Yeah. They probably beat Northwestern. Northwestern's always a tough game. It's like the old Iowa State. Like, Northwestern is always a tough game for Nebraska the last 4 years. Just like Iowa State. Like, Iowa State, this year, they're fucking solid, dude. They've beaten some good teams. I think Texas Tech maybe and Oklahoma State, but it was always like Iowa State could suck all year, and then they play Iowa tough, and then they play Nebraska tough, But, no, I think it's a completely different story. But now with the 2 wins, behind them, I think they're building momentum. Now they got a tough test with Ohio State on the road. But it could happen. You never know what could happen. I've seen points from 17.5 to 21, plus I'm sure there's points out there that are 24. But I know Ohio State can be beaten.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They have more talent. Most teams Nebraska plays, Nebraska has more talent. You go into Minnesota, Northwestern, Troy, yeah, of course. Nebraska has better talent all around
with a young team like
than
that,
those schools.
You got to get momentum. And
yeah, but you have to have momentum, and you have to have
faith.
You got to work the kinks out. You know what I mean? So, like, if you have these penalties and turnovers, you can't do it. With Ohio State is a better team as far as talent. So if Nebraska can't fix the turnovers and the penalties, and they don't have momentum, they have momentum right now. I mean, the Purdue game, and I don't know who has more talent. I would guess, if I had to gamble, I would say Nebraska has more talent than Purdue does. But Purdue's the quarterback is solid. They got they're pretty solid all around. They're playing as a team. They've been playing for the last few years. It's Blau. Mm-hmm. Blau's the quarterback. I think he's a senior. They just all around they're solid. But as far as overall talent and speed, and Nebraska probably has them beat. Ohio State has them beat. But Purdue beat
They beat the fuck out.
They beat the fuck out. That was fantastic. And there was 2 games I watched that week. I think it was 2 weeks ago. One was the Washington State game, and I want to say they played Oregon or Washington. And I don't know if you guys watched the end of that game.
No, I didn't.
Washington State won. I can't remember the name of that quarterback. He's a fucking time traveler. He's from like the 70s.
I don't know. I'm not gonna be able to come up.
Washington. No, don't look him up. Washington State. He's the best quarterback rating in the college football. He's got a weird name. I wish I could remember. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been drinking a little bit. But he's a solid quarterback. He's the best quarterback rating in college football. He's a magic man. He's like Ovechkin. But he's balling. And they played their game, and I want to say it was against Oregon, which isn't that big of a win, but the whole crowd rushed the field. And then a couple hours later, I was watching Ohio State Purdue at Purdue, and they fucking rolled, and the whole crowd. It was even bigger this time, So, like, me and you were at Catfish Lake, and we were talking about, like, sports spectacles, and I'm just like, that night, like, seeing that, like, the crowds just, everybody from the fucking audience goes onto the field, and it's chaos. And,
I love that shit. Because we were talking about, like, I just love all sports. Like, 'cause we were kind of talking about the World Series, because you like to make fun of baseball. It just cracks me up.
Yeah.
But I just love
wanna
sports.
get into that a little bit.
Yeah, I just love all sports because, like, the emotion. Like, you're at home, and when we were talking about the World Series, you hit a home run, the crowd goes wild. Or you're away, and you hit a home run, you silence the crowd.
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
you just see, like, all the...
huge, especially in college.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know? But, yeah, no, I love that. I love all that. I love the intensity. And the more... You know, the more that you could get, like when it comes to the Olympics, when it's no money and this is
Just
it.
heart.
Just heart,
pure
and this
heart,
is it,
yeah.
and this is 4 years, or you know, the Olympics is probably for me. It's probably as legit as you could get, you know, because I've been to like swim trials and shit like that where I'm like watching it live, and it's just to make Team USA, and it's like the people that lose, they lose by like a hundredth of a second. And it's like, all right, this is our team. You did great. We'll see you in 4 years. Try back again.
Yeah.
They don't get paid. Where in college you don't get paid either. You know, but like
Under
pro
the table.
Under the table. Yeah. Oh yeah, college football. Yeah, I'm sure you get paid.
Under the table and
Yeah.
$100,000 scholarships.
Yeah, yeah. But like a lot of the other sports, like it doesn't. Like NFL doesn't matter. Like it's tough for me to feel sorry for NFL players, you know, because they're getting paid.
I love the NFL though. Like I love it, and I mean, we go back and forth. Like you'd rather watch college. I mean, it's not that I don't like college because I just love football and I love all sports, but especially just moving to an NFL city, you know.
Oh,
I
it's
mean
different,
that
for sure.
definitely
It's for sure
changes it, you know, as well.
And
So
it's for sure better football. You know, it's absolutely better football. You know, go from NFL versus college.
oh yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Coaching and strategies.
Coaching
and,
and just
I get you.
like there's no, you never see a 28 point spread in NFL. You know what I mean? Like everybody's usually close. Last week I saw a 14-point game. I can't remember. It might have been New England, the Bills, or something like that. But yeah, for the most part, everybody's pretty even. Where
Go Bills.
yeah, there's no 50-point wins usually.
Yeah,
you
and
know.
I just love like the way that it's set up with all the divisions. You play everybody in your division twice. The way that the playoffs work out, and so. But I mean, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, man. I mean, we'll see. I hope they can at least, like the Huskers, they just don't get completely blown out. I think that's probably the biggest fear at this point for most people. But we were talking, man, this week, the top 10, I mean, if anybody can get in there, there's upsets, we could definitely have a fucking entire...
There's a lot.
Yeah, because it's the LSU-Alabama game.
And at the beginning of the season, I don't think a lot of people gave LSU a shot at all. Like, no, I don't think most, other than people in Louisiana, nobody gave LSU a shot again in the top 10. You know what I mean?
What are they,
I
fourth?
remember last year, dude. Last year they lost to Troy. They lost to the same team that Nebraska lost to, and they got the new coach, who sounds like the coach from Waterboy. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like I can't remember his name, but no, he's fucking good, dude. And Alabama is so good. I don't think anybody could beat Alabama. If anybody does,
They're
it
going to
might be
fucking
LSU.
win another national championship. God,
I think
hope
so,
not.
dude.
Ugh. That's what most people are saying, I know.
Yeah, but it's just like it. I mean,
it just takes a loss. And the
they'll
thing
eventually
is,
fall. I mean,
well, yeah, which is fine, but it always seems like Alabama, if they lose at the perfect time. Like they'll lose like 4 to 5 weeks out, and then they'll have a chance, and then somebody else up top always loses, and they always seem to, you know, slide in. Which is, I mean,
dude,
it's
last
great.
year they shouldn't have made it in, man. The only reason they made it in is because Wisconsin shit the bed against Ohio State.
Yeah.
And then that was like, well, so then if Wisconsin was undefeated, they would have been right in there. And then they lost to Ohio State, and Ohio State was a one-loss team, and so they're like, well, Ohio State would have made it in, but they lost to Iowa, like 55 to whatever the fuck. Like, this is a year ago, so I don't remember. It was 50. They lost by 55 to like 16, whatever. Yeah, I'm probably way off.
No, you're close. They got blown the fuck
They got
out.
blown the fuck out, so they're like, okay, yeah, it's a one-loss Ohio State, and Ohio State's solid. They won the national championship 2 years ago. I don't think they look at that. They look at that season. Okay, so a one-loss Ohio State got blown out to Iowa, who's fucking Iowa. Yeah, they're out. So now Wisconsin's out. Ohio State's out. Okay, Bama jumps up, and then Bama ends up winning the whole fucking thing.
Fuck.
So it's like, yeah, that's all Wisconsin had to do is beat Ohio State. That's it. they won all year. They lose to Ohio State, and then Bama sneaks in to win it. And I liked how it was shaken out up until then, you know. And I still think, like, I remember this was 6 years ago-ish. It was Texas and Alabama back when the Colt McCoy days. Mm-hmm. And they played in the national championship. And this was back when we were like, Alabama? Who the fuck is Alabama? You know? So, like, people like me, like, people down south are like, oh, yeah, we know where Alabama is. Like, me, I've never heard of fucking Alabama.
Yeah.
I still only know them because of the football. But Colt McCoy got hurt. They pulled up the backup. Alabama beats Texas. And then they're like, well, it was actually tougher because we were practicing for Colt McCoy. And we had no idea what the backup quarterback is. So it was actually a tougher game for us. Like, fuck you. Colt McCoy was Colt McCoy. You take him out, you pull up a backup. I know you don't know how he plays football, but he's the backup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but after that, and that's all it takes is, okay, you're a national champion. Okay, we're recruiting you. We're national champions now. And then since then, the last 6 years, it's you want to win a national championship. Yeah, you got to work for, you know, Coach Saban, who's devil, but still, like, how hard is it to recruit? You know?
Yeah. Do you ever think he'll fall from grace? Like, do you ever think there'll be like a scandal or anything?
I hope. I hope he does.
that was
So sincere.
Yeah, so sincere.
I hope.
I hope.
He wasn't always a dirty motherfucker, man. You know,
Yeah.
but hopefully he gets exposed. And no, I don't know. It is what it is, you know. But that's you know, that's life. Like, if you're a young player, like, where do you want to play football? Like, nobody would ever say Alabama. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, if the slate was wiped clean, right?
Yeah.
And we're starting football this year, like 2019. Like, all right, so we're starting this thing where now that, I mean, high school kids can now play college football, and colleges are gonna pay you. And people are like, oh no, shit, we're gonna go to school for free just to play football. They're like, yeah. Where do you want to go? Like, nobody's gonna say Alabama. Nobody's gonna say Nebraska.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna say Nebraska or Iowa or any
Florida,
else.
California,
Florida, UCLA.
Yeah.
You know, like, and there's gonna be people that are like, oh yeah, I'd love to go to Utah, or I'd love to go to Boise State.
Yeah, Mormons.
Yeah. Washington, I'm sure. Like, even Texas, they're like, you know, I'm from high school in Texas. I'd like to go somewhere else. I'll go to fucking
I feel
Boston
that a lot of people would go to Miami.
Yeah, Miami.
Yeah, they have to before it goes underwater.
Yeah, that's true. But no, I think a lot of places, people are going to go
States.
to, like, places like that. Even Colorado, you know, like, but nobody's going to be like Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Nobody even knows where it's at on a map unless you, like, I could never tell you, you know, where.
I love it.
Where's Tuscaloosa, Alabama? Like, I don't know.
Speaking of Alabama football,
Yeah.
honestly, I swear to God, till like 3 years ago, I thought Auburn was in Georgia. So, oh no, I guess I can't say 3 years ago. It's been longer now because I've been at work almost 5 years. It was, God damn it, when I was on the road for Herzog. And, because they're the ones, are they the ones that say War Eagle?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's War Eagle.
Okay, so I am in Opelika, Alabama for work. And,
Say it again.
Yeah, I was gonna say it again.
Opelika, Alabama. And it's really close to the goddamn Georgia border.
How long ago was this?
I want to say 2012.
So were you married then?
No, I was not.
Oh, I want to talk about the horse, but I got
No, we can do that too. 2000, no, not 2000. I don't know, between 2012 and 2014. Anyway, I was down there, and I go to this bar on New Year's Eve, and I'm like, I'm wearing my Husker gear,
Of course.
and people are asking like, well, War Eagle. I'm like, what's that mean? And I legitimately did not know. Cause at
you
the
think
time,
people are ordering shots?
Oh,
Yo,
yeah.
War Eagle!
Yeah. And I legitimately asked, like, what's that mean? Because at the time, SEC football was not popular.
Yeah.
We were still in the Big 12.
Yeah.
And we didn't play many, at least I don't remember anyway.
I mean, you like follow college football, but you don't follow close like that.
I'm not. I mean, I love Nebraska. I like watching each game, but I don't know whose teams or who's committing to where. And,
Yeah.
So they're like, I'm like, what's that mean? They're like, yeah, you're fucking joking. I'm like, do you not see my Nebraska shirt and hat? What the fuck does War Eagle mean? I said, I'm not trying to be a prick. I'm just honestly curious.
Yeah.
And that's when they told me.
Some people might hear GBR be like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. So that's, I guess they let this eagle go before each game. And I did not know that anyway. And then I also didn't know that the actual Alabama team was real close to Opelika. I think it's like almost a bordering city, basically. Okay. I think. I mean, I could be completely wrong.
I don't know. I know
they're real close, Alabama, regardless. Yeah. But it was pretty cool. I mean, I don't remember the name of the bar that we were at. It was like an open rooftop bar, but it was pretty cool. But I just thought it was funny. I'm in my Husker, and they legitimately thought I was messing with him. Like, okay, I just showed up here in Alabama to fuck with you guys. Like,
yeah. They usually show it on TV. It's actually pretty cool. I do like watching the Eagle.
Yeah, go, I mean, and then like, you know, I actually watched a game while I was down there. And I was like, oh, okay, it's pretty neat.
What is it? The Gridiron Game or the
Gridiron Gang with the
game? No, yeah, the movie. What's the name of their rivalry?
Yeah, I don't know the name of it, but I know what you're talking about.
Oh, with Alabama?
Yeah, Auburn, Alabama.
People are yelling.
I know.
Like just.
Oh yeah, you fucking retards.
Bowl. Like fucking yeah.
Retard bowl. You guys ought to get it.
Yeah, it should be the fucking retard bowl.
Yeah.
Vito's words.
No,
but god damn, I can't remember what it's called. I just know it was. I didn't know Auburn was in Alabama either.
Yeah.
But I'm a big, like, I grew up. I'm older than you. So that means I'm smarter than you and all that shit.
Better looking, better voice. I hear you.
Better voice, and then just
bigger dick. It's all there.
It's only because he's half colored.
I'm just like, you're half colored. You're humble. You're not. You know. You're just. I get it.
I got better stories.
Yeah.
No,
that's why I'm sitting back.
No, Bo Jackson played for Auburn.
Yeah.
Baseball and football, and then god damn it, you know, and if this goddamn vodka wasn't so strong, I would know the answer to it.
Yeah,
but
goddamn bartender.
No, it's the same bowl every year. I couldn't tell you what it
Chick-fil-A.
is. No, it's like the fucking. It's right there. If I was 20 years younger, and not sipping fucking vodka.
I love because I don't know if you know, but Charlie Liberty, he starts like he's like been. He like listens to every episode now, so shouts out Charlie. But he's a huge NCAA football fan. So he's probably just fucking losing. He's been losing his shit this whole time.
At the tip of my tongue, man, because god damn, I just can't think of it. You know what I mean? So, you know, for a long time it was close, and then it wasn't. You know, and then when Cam Newton, you know, played for Auburn. He played for Auburn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he played for Auburn.
Dude, I remember the game. I was at my sister's, one of her fucking kids. One of my niece's fucking birthdays.
These mother.
It was in Tuscaloosa, and I want to say I remember this. Alabama was up at home, 24-0. It was the year Auburn won. And
spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert. Like
look how wide he's cutting that brisket.
This is the same video. This fucking guy,
No,
man.
I know. I'm telling you. Look how wide that is. And he's like, it's just so good.
It's a 45-minute video. This guy fucking sucks. Fuck this guy. It probably went straight from him just patting the brisket in the plastic to him cutting it.
Look how
he doesn't even probably show how to fucking.
Look how tough it is.
Do the pull test. The pull test, right, Vito? Fuck this guy, man.
Pull test it.
You can't pull test anything that.
Yeah. Oh, look at the juice.
And he's probably complaining, and he's like, "Oh yeah,
it's tougher than a jailhouse nanny, but it's juicy."
Like usually, like is way better than this. It's the gloves. I usually don't wear gloves.
I usually wear large dick beaters.
Yeah,
not
this
actually.
knife, like I just borrowed this knife.
Anyway, let's get back. Fuck that guy.
I didn't even see the video on.
No,
fuck him.
Yeah, that guy. He's ugly.
Fuck you, man.
He's ugly. Fuck him.
So anyway,
they were down.
They were down 24-0.
Yeah.
Cam Newton came back to win, and that's back when Auburn was like 2-3 national championships in, I think 2. Yeah, man. So, and since then, you know, Bama's been killing it, and I think that the whole fucking thing, man. I remember the first one because I was getting my hair cut on the base, and the dude who used to cut my hair was this big fat dude. No offense.
Wow, you
none taken.
He's a Texas. He's a Alabama. He was from Alabama, and he was also like, yeah, man. You know, it's surprising they won because they were prepping for Colt McCoy, you know, and then they hurt him in like the first quarter, and they weren't even practicing before the backup, and I'm like, nobody knows what the fucking backup is. Nobody, even that year, you know. So I'm like, whatever the fuck. And then since then, yeah, like you win a national championship, you get more recruits. And then plus to get into SEC schools, it's lower requirements and all that shit.
Yeah.
I still think like the last few years, up until 2 years ago, the Big Ten, you know, for years, I think the Big Ten was the best conference for sure.
Yeah.
Last year, they were wavering. This year, they're not.
Who do you think is this year?
Probably the SEC this year.
Right.
You know, the SEC this year. And this is the first time I would say that in 4 years. You know, for a while, I think it's never been the ACC. It's never been the Pac-12, but the Pac-12 is getting better.
That's Washington,
I'm sorry. The Big 12. The Big 12 is getting better. The Pac-12 is
Is that Pac-10?
The Pac-10. It's the Pac-12 now.
Oh, okay. So Washington. That's Washington. Okay, yeah.
So the Pac-12 is Washington. So a few years ago, the Pac-12 was solid. Now they're building, and the Big 12 is, to me, they're better than the Big 12 is better than the Pac-12. So the Pac-12 right now is like Washington State. Washington State is solid.
Yeah.
Their quarterback, I can't remember his name because of the
brought him up
vodka.
earlier.
Fuck you, Tito. But Oregon State sucks. Stanford, they suck this year. Oregon sucks this year. USC, they're like a 600 team this year. But UCLA, they got Chip Kelly. They suck this year, but they're going to be back. Cal looks good this year. Arizona State has Herm Edwards. They're going to be back. Like, all these teams are rebuilding, but a few years ago they were good when Washington was good, Oregon was good, USC was good, Stanford was good. Right now they're rebuilding. The Big 12 right now looks good because Oklahoma's solid.
Yeah,
Oklahoma's
always been solid.
Oklahoma's solid every year. Yeah. Texas though.
But by the way, fuck Oklahoma. Let's just make that. Let's just get that out there.
Yeah.
I even from growing up with Husker football.
No, fuck Oklahoma.
Yeah, fuck Oklahoma.
Fuck Oklahoma and fuck Texas too.
Yeah,
but Texas has been shitty the last 4 years.
Yeah.
So
did they ever fire that coach? That colored coach?
Yeah, the colored coach Charlie Strong. Yeah, he's gone. He coaches for like USF or somebody. Charlie Strong is gone, and I liked him, but that's tough, man. You know, and that's
well. But anytime you try to coach at a school that's used to winning, like look at Nebraska the last 15 years. You know,
same thing. I mean, everybody was behind Mike Riley.
Yeah.
Everybody was behind Charlie Strong, the colored guy.
Yeah.
But he'd lost, and then once he lost to Kansas, and I remember I was at work. I was working out downstairs. They went into overtime, and Kansas doesn't beat anybody.
Yeah.
They can't beat Texas. They beat Texas in overtime. And I remember people running around the field. But anyway, Charlie Strong, they said he was a good coach, and he's rebuilding 3 years. Like, he's done. The guy who's in there now, I can't remember his name. But, no, Texas looked good, and then they lost to Oklahoma State, and I called that. One of the reasons I picked them last week. But they play West Virginia tomorrow at, I think, 2:30. And I got West Virginia picked. I think West Virginia's because their offense is, I think, better.
Yeah.
Texas can't stop the pass, and West Virginia's a heavy pass team, and West Virginia's defense is solid. They're one of the more solid
all in
defenses.
all, tell me right now, honestly, if you couldn't fucking weasel your way into one of them head coaching jobs for 3 years, whether you get fired or not,
absolutely,
that fucking capital. Like, if I was Mike Riley, so see ya, you gotta
He's
fucking
still
pay
paid.
me. Oh, yeah. Just like Bo Pelini, isn't it? Like $198,000 a month. That's just a number off the top of my head. Some insane amount a month.
Oh, yeah.
Still to this day.
Yeah, I remember.
It's like fuck you. I'll go live in a trailer house in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Yeah,
you know, I don't give a fuck and retire.
And I think when Mike Riley got hired, they still had to pay Bo Pelini the difference, but he took the job at Youngstown State or whatever.
And they did pretty good, didn't they do? Real
I think
they went to their national championship. I don't think they won it last year or the year before.
The year before. I think
whatever
right.
championship they have. But yeah, they made it.
But he got paid from them, and the difference, they got paid from Nebraska.
Yeah.
So I remember when they were talking about firing Mike Riley, they were like, well, if he gets fired, they're still going to pay like Bo Pelini like $200,000 a month.
Yeah.
And then Mike Riley I'm just throwing numbers out.
Yeah.
$700,000 a month.
Yeah, pocket change.
Pocket change, yeah, but yeah, man. Yeah, no, I think Frost is the best case scenario.
I do too.
And I think he's going to do great. I think it's going to take time. And like I said, like with the Akron game, if that would have happened, I think they would have ironed some stuff out.
I do too, but you can't. To me, you can't piggyback off that. You know what I'm saying?
No, you can't, and you can't.
I would like to say a what if, but you can do that. You can do that with anything in life. But it sucks. But I agree 100%. I think if they got that first game under their belt, they got the confidence going, they got the kinks worked out with the worst team. But then again, you look at a top tier program, like the team we fucking hate, Alabama.
Yeah.
Who do they play on their first game? It ain't no fucking pushover.
No,
It's another.
it's
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's no game to work out. You know, that's where I'd like to see us get back to.
Oh yeah, and I think they will. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I agree. I mean, you could what if it to death, and you can. What if we would have kept Frank Solich? You know.
Yeah.
What if we would have kept whatever
Tom Osborne.
Callahan, like
Yeah.
those guys, like
West Coast offense.
I think this is where they're gonna
Like that.
I think it's just gonna take some time, but let's talk about NFL then. You know, so we've been talking about college football.
No, I mean that's great. I'm sure there's people who are like, "Are you fucking still talking about football?"
Yeah, we are.
Which is fine, but hey, because this is what we would do anyway.
Is there anything you want to talk about with the chefs?
I just it's just fun. I'm excited. I love that.
All right, we're good with that. I'm just kidding. Go ahead, brother.
No, I'm just saying. I just love it. It's a fun offense. Like I haven't said that I've enjoyed. I mean, any offense. Like I mean, when's the last time it seemed? And obviously, it's personal, or I'm closer to it for me. But when's the last time you've seen this fun of an offense in the NFL?
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just the different weapons. So it's just fun. And like I hate like people who just fucking hate because they're like the opposite team. Like he set the NFL record for the most touchdown passes for the first however many games.
Yeah.
And so it's just like to say like even if you fucking hate the Chiefs, like that's awesome to see. You know, he's ahead of all of these other greats. Whether he will be that great, only time will tell.
Doesn't fucking matter.
But
He still did this.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. So to say that you've seen it,
Tough
you
orange
seem to
cat.
have fun, he's learning.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch the offense again. So that's why I'm having fun. Yes, it's a lot easier to have fun and enjoy watching your favorite NFL team when they're winning. Like like I hate the Raiders just because they're in our division, but they're probably the worst
suck,
team in the
dude.
NFL
I
this
watched
year.
them last night, man.
Yeah. I mean, they're just horrible move
I
John
will have to
Gruden's
say,
making.
the only fan, shouts out Andy Dean, owner of Cakes and Q Barbecue in Falls City, Nebraska. He's the only Raiders fan that I know, but his Facebook status last night was, the Raiders are by far the worst team in the NFL. But he admitted, I'm like, dude, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
like, I love realistic fans.
You know a couple other Raiders fans, but
well,
but like true blue,
he's I mean, it's ever since I've known the guy, like he don't give a fuck.
And so it's just I mean, you just like, people can admit it, but that's just weird. Like I'll watch, even though like people who hate, like there's a handful of people who hate Cam Newton. I like watching him play when he's playing. You know, like if a team is doing good,
but
you know, and it's fun and stuff. Like
if you're a 6'8" colored man that's a millionaire.
But yeah, you've seen the videos. They released the videos of Cam Newton and like the stuff he does.
Yeah.
I still don't get it. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like he's like a great person. You know what I mean? Like. Oh shit!
That's what you know about it.
Like puts you under the table. No, like he gives a football to kids. He gets fined.
Yeah.
Like he goes like birthday parties. He does stuff for the city. Like he does all these things, and people are like, "Fuck him." It's like what the fuck? Like he's not even that good. Like, why would you hate him?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Fun, like just watching like Drew Brees take over the record. You know what I mean?
Brees.
Like, and I know this is like a Saints house and stuff, and he's one of the greats for sure. Like he's absolutely phenomenal. I love him, love watching him, and so just enjoying stuff like that. And like I just feel like there's always more of a connection for me, like in the NFL, because for the most part players stay the same. You know, and there's just so much college football. But again, I mean, there's people who argue that and stuff, but it's just. I don't know. Like, I love the Chiefs this year. The defense needs to pick it up.
They do.
But I say that as I sit, just watching from the side. But it's always nice just to throw shit out there like that.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I'm excited. I think they're going to do well. I know a lot of people always say they do great at the beginning of the season, then they fall in the playoffs, which is true. They have been. But I think it's just fun. Like, hopefully, this is Andy Reid's, I think, 6th year. I think especially with the offense now, he's going to be there for a while. He's doing well. And I hope this kid does great. So it's a fun year. It's a fun year halfway through this season for me. So for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm a Chiefs fan, dude, but not like you because I don't live in Chiefs territory.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
Where'd you grow up, though? Let me ask that.
Mostly here, but I was born in Germany and lived in Hawaii, and then moved here when I was in 2nd grade. So I've been here since 2nd grade.
So you're like a German Samoan American.
No, not really. My dad was in the Air Force, so my sister was born in Hawaii.
Okay.
Hickam Air Force Base in Honolulu, and we just base here. So
No, I was just curious because, I don't live in Chiefs territory, but that's why I'm a Chiefs fan.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
growing up, that's all we had.
No.
Nebraska literally has 0 professional athletics.
Right.
Yeah.
So whatever was closest to home, that's
Yeah.
And our dad was a Chiefs fan because they were close.
Yeah.
You know, close. So, yeah. So,
No, and I'm
it
a
was
Chiefs
just-
fan because of that. Like,
Right.
That's the closest team, and I like, I go for like the Browns. I go for Detroit.
Oh, yeah. I always root for the
You know,
Browns.
I root for underdogs and I root for like close teams. Like
Right.
I'll root for the Vikings if they're playing somebody who's
Yeah.
not, like a non-Midwest team. If they're playing the Rams, like I'm all Vikings. I
Yeah.
hate Green Bay, but if they're playing certain teams, I'd maybe even root
New
for them.
England.
But yeah, I'd root for Green Bay over New England.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But no, I'm a Chiefs guy. I like the Saints. I love Drew Brees. I love teams like that. But yeah, Detroit, Cleveland, and I love the.
Too much.
No, you're good.
I love the Chiefs offense, but
Riding that wave, you know what I mean?
you're getting into deep waters. My
Yeah,
friend.
yes. It just hit. Sorry.
Rudder got off steer. We're back. Come on now.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here.
You know,
That's
we're
why I'm
gonna
here.
end
I'm
it-
here to help.
We'll end it right here. Thanks for listening. No, I love the Chiefs.
We got a lot to
offense.
talk about yet.
I think
So strap in.
I think everybody loves the Chiefs offense. I'm worried about fucking Mahomes' stability. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he likes to rush, but he's not built like a Cam Newton. And
Yeah.
the guys that like to rush and scramble, that take hits, because he's not afraid to take hits.
Right.
Which I'm sure Chiefs fans loves. Like I love, but he's not that durable.
Cool.
So like like RG3, like Johnny Football, like
Yeah,
Michael
I've seen good stuff out of him. I think he'll be all
my God,
right.
he's
so.
magic. Yeah, as long as he stays healthy, he's and even the sportscasters.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this guy's the truth. This guy's legit. And it's like, I think he is too, but he's got to stay healthy.
Perfect.
You know?
Perfect. I like it, man. I mean, we can keep talking about the NFL, but I think that if we really want to get into it, that's gonna be the next podcast because with the guests who are coming, you know what I mean.
agree.
So
yeah.
They know way more than my dumbass.
well, it's not even that. It's just
No, it is exactly.
yeah. So that might be that might be a heavy. We just talked about football a ton, which is always great. But since we are 95-ish minutes in, I think unless there's anything else, I think we get to the topic.
Oh, one last note about football.
Yeah.
B-Dub won tonight, so they're in.
Oh, did they?
Yep. So they won 38-31. So they're in the top 4 for the districts.
Fuck yeah,
So.
that's awesome. Shouts out. Well, as
What are you
every
trying to segue to?
no, just as everybody knows, I was gonna say this is a cooking show.
Okay.
If there's nothing.
Well, no, that's fine. I just remember the beef I got to pick.
We'll get there.
Okay.
I figured they'd kind of bring up, or we can do it now. Then we'll segue into that because since this is a cooking show, we have a beef. We got somebody calling out somebody here, I think, and it is over cooking. And everybody knows this is a topic that we've talked about. We've talked about this on social media. Crock-pot liners.
Okay.
So, as everybody knows, before you go, like you and I were just like, fuck crock-pot liners. We are anti-crock-pot liners.
Absolutely.
You do what everybody else does. You let it soak for 6 weeks and then you wash it. That's fine. Do a little elbow grease. You said as a convenience, Vito.
Yep.
Right? So
Yep.
As a convenience.
Yep.
Sorry, RIP headphone users.
Sorry. I got a little
We'll edit that. Like we'll edit the last.
edit everything else I said.
No, but you were just saying that you like crock-pot liners, which I could get the appeal and shit. So you can go on.
Okay, so listen. I mainly said that because I knew it was going to stir a little bit of beef.
Well, of course.
Long story short, the only time in my household that we have ever used crock pot liners is when we do the famous
Velveeta burger Rotel dip or the Velveeta Rotel. As we do Velveeta burger and salsa in our household because we know everybody gets drunk and the shit stays on high and burns like a motherfucker in 3 hours. That is the only time. So when we do a roast with potatoes and carrots, we do not fucking use a crock pot liner. Yeah. Okay. The problem I have, I'm calling you two out. Harris and Chubbs, listen. You guys came onto this podcast and you fucking folded under peer pressure.
Pussies.
Because, now listen, Harris, okay, not so much beef with you, but Chubbs, I love you.
Shit.
Yeah, it's getting real. Chubbs, I love you, but you came on here openly admitting, saying, fuck that to crockpot liners, and then you openly admit to using a goddamn grill mat for bacon. Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, listen, if you would have came on here and said, I use a grill mat for something that cannot physically or possibly be cooked on a goddamn grill grate, like an egg, 100%, okay, cool story, bro. Why the fuck are you using grill mats for bacon? You probably use, like, I don't get it. Like, I love you. You're my boy. But I'm telling you on this subject, come on, man. I just got to call you out. Like, you're calling me out saying, fuck you, but you're my boy. I love you. Anyway, long story short, it's convenience is what we're all agreeing upon, right?
Yeah.
Crockpot liner, we don't want burned cheese. Chubbs might not want bacon grease in the bottom of his grill, but it's all convenience. Mm-hmm. So what I'm saying is you're going to come on a public format saying, fuck that. Don't come out 20 minutes later and say you use a goddamn grill mat for bacon.
Vito, can you specify what a grill mat is? Because I'm not 100%.
Okay, what he was talking about was, it's a high temperature. It's just basically a rubber that you lay across your grill grates.
Okay.
This is what he was talking about when you guys were on there.
Okay.
He's like, you have grill mats. So you lay it across there, right? And it holds up to temperatures like 500 to 600 degrees. Okay. And you can cook shit on it, right? So, like, I understand, like, if you want to smoke eggs over easy, fuck yeah, lay down that grill mat because you can't physically crack an egg on the goddamn grill grates without it falling through.
Right.
Unless you're a real cook.
Yeah, unless you're fucking...
But you're going to talk shit on me using a crockpot liner and then cook fucking bacon and burgers on it? Like, fuck you.
I love it.
Like, I love him to death, but I'm just saying his point of argument is invalid, and I'm debunking it right now.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. He's a great man. I've never had a problem with him.
Allegedly,
but don't come.
allegedly.
No, allegedly. But don't be like. Don't come on here and strongly like he strongly said fuck that.
Okay. I love it.
And I feel like it was a little bit of peer pressure. And I have nothing against him, but I'm just saying if you're gonna be like
well, you were saying before the mic was on, you were like fuck him and he's a piece of shit.
Oh yeah, I definitely did not say that.
Yeah.
Smells like onions, and you were saying
no, definitely did not say that, Chubby. I love you, but I'm just saying.
Smells like
come
onions.
On.
Yeah, later, boy.
All I'm saying is you guys you don't realize the kind of peer pressure you have on folks. And I think they came on here and they cracked because you guys were like, fuck that on social media.
Like the egg on the grill, man.
Yeah. Well, no, there was no egg. It was bacon. Didn't fucking need it.
Yeah.
Anyway, you guys were talking. So again, yeah, I kind of stirred the pot because, that's what I do. But you guys were like, yeah, okay. So like if I'm in my head, I'm thinking of like a crock pot liner for a fucking roast and carrots. Like, no, that's fucking stupid. But
it does make sense with this. I still think it's dumb as shit. But
again,
I will say last week,
but that's just what we do because it's a lot easier. That's
last week when I was at your house, you did. I was looking because
I know. I figured. I told Brady
because I told him he was gonna cook for us since Mikey was back, and I was like, I want like the Rotel dip for the Chiefs game and wings. He's like, all right, I got you. So I fucking came in and I instantly looked. And I was like, no crockpot liner. I was like, I ain't gonna say anything. I was hoping he was gonna light you up.
And that's fine. And it's because Brittany made it. I don't know if we didn't have any, but again, that's literally the only time we have ever used it is on that dip because again, it just fucking if people get drunk and they forget it charged to the side and it's again you got to let it soak for 6 months, and we just don't do that. But so that's my argument is you don't come talking shit and then
oh dude, I guarantee it. Chubb's probably laughing his ass off.
I hope so because goddamn it, I love him. But like I said, I was listening to that podcast. I'm like, okay, I get it. He's talking.
It was funny.
And then he comes out.
Yeah, I use grill mats. I'm like, what?
He texted me. He texted me earlier to tell me something. He asked. He's like, "You guys are podcasting this weekend, right?" And I said, "Yeah." He's like, "Good." He's like, "Say something." And I was like, "All right, I'll put it on the list." And I knew he was gonna get lit up by you, so I was like, "Oh, he's gonna love this episode."
No, I love the guy, but like I said, I was like, "God damn it!"
Of course,
It's so
just busting balls.
Yeah, busting balls.
That's all it is.
It's so contradicting. I'm like, man, come on, be consistent with your opinions. That's all I'm getting at.
No, it definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
You lay it out because I love your thought. Tell me, am I out of line for saying what I said?
No, you're not.
You're never out of line. This is our first fight on Nasty and Friends, people. We will be setting this boxing match.
I'm Little Spoon Chubby.
Everybody has their opinion, and I do want to hear people's opinions, and especially if it comes to like cooking or something like that, because I'm learning and I like to cook and stuff like that. Like I learned a lot from you today, like that kind of thing.
You had some badass.
Yeah, I've never heard of I think I've heard of it. If Chubbs talked about the mat, but I've never seen one, that kind of thing. So yeah, I don't know. Well, I was curious because you said you wanted to bring it up on the podcast.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, so you wanted to bring it up. I was curious because, like, for me to use what the fuck you call it in a bag and in a
crockpot liner.
Crockpot liner, like,
ladies and gentlemen, we have been drinking.
We're drinking a little bit. Like full disclosure, like, we've been drinking
just
a little bit.
Just a little bit. You're amongst friends. It's okay.
It's all right. Like we're not judging here. Like nobody's driving. I got to go to Lincoln real quick. After this,
we'll keep this thing
like
going.
An hour and then an hour back, so it's not like it's a long drive or anything.
So yeah, crockpot liner.
Yeah, so crockpot liner. So, like you were like, no, I thought you liked them when we were discussing earlier, but you didn't use the gloves. So I'm like, why would you? Like for me, like to clean a crockpot, like you put hot water in it, soap, you let it sit for a minute, and then it's. Like it's non-stick, so you scrape it out.
But I haven't had that. Maybe we just got so.
We might have different ones.
Yeah, maybe I have a shit crock pot because we have legitimately when the fucking cheese chars on the side. Like I have literally spent 20 minutes scraping the shit off it with a fucking steel wool.
Oh, see, I
had elbow goddamn grease. So maybe it's an old crock pot. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe so. I have 2 crock pots and I got a roaster. My roaster will do that. My roaster is a bitch, and it's big, dude. So I don't know how many gallons that motherfucker holds. It's like a 21-gallon roaster. Yeah. I'm throwing. That's the number. I'm just fucking.
Say 20 gallon. I'm like, goddamn, Hail Mary, Spice. I'll catch you.
It's 100-gallon roaster.
We're roasting whole hogs in this motherfucker.
That's a helmet. I'm just throwing that out there.
We eat a lot during BDC Studios.
It's a big. I got a big roaster. I don't know how many gallons it holds. I'm no fucking math nerd. But anyway, that's not like my 2 crock pots are non-stick, so I can clean anything out of there. My roaster that's a different story. So I'll cook shit, I'll smoke shit, I'll put it in the roaster, and I'll turn it to low, whatever, and that is a motherfucker. But so you were talking about that earlier, but then you weren't using gloves. So I was like, well, that's way more work than cleaning out a crock pot, because like for me, dude, I throw gloves on, I cut onions, I fucking throw those away, I prep something else, I grab jalapenos, fucking throw gloves on. And boom, like so like that's way less work.
He's talking about convenience because
I get it.
You're like, no, I'm not a glove guy, and then you're like throwing meat around and throwing marinade on the meat, and you're washing your hands every 3 minutes. I'm like,
and then he gets to the tri-tip,
and then he gets to the tri-tip, and then he's throwing olive oil and then seasoning and then trimming, and I'm like, dude, just throw gloves on. You don't have to wash your hands every 30
seconds.
Seconds.
Okay, so what I do, like when I'm home, and if I'm doing a bunch, what I will generally do is I will throw a glove. Like, okay, so like you can attest to this. Last week when I had 4 spare racks of ribs, and and I was also doing other shit. I throw a glove on one hand. Okay, I hold a knife.
I do that a lot.
I hold a knife in the other, and I hold the seasoning bottles in the other.
Dirty hand, clean hand. Yeah,
because I don't want to get. But when it's something just 1-2 simple, like I literally got everything ready, washed my hands once, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense. I have an endless supply of gloves because
Yeah,
I work
exactly.
for the
I don't.
city.
I have to. I pay for them. Not that they're not that they're fucking
No,
that
but still,
expensive.
for
but
50 gloves, I don't know.
Yeah,
how
well,
much
you
pay for
did
that.
have some, and they just
yeah,
disappeared.
that's
so-
true. Yeah, I went to a barbecue competition and all of them disappeared. So anyway, but that's so it's like if I have a lot going on, like I have a lot of work to do. Yeah, I dirty hand, clean hand.
No,
and
absolutely,
I do
dude.
the exact same thing.
Absolutely,
yeah,
dirty hand, clean
100%.
hand. Yeah,
But
yeah.
like I said, when it's just 2 tri-tips and all I'm doing is fucking trimming, and then I know literally all I gotta do is wash my, one hand or whatever, and then I'm seasoning. Yeah, that's it. So that's why I did. That's why I did the way I did.
No, and I'm not.
No,
I question
great counter argument.
Yeah,
great
yeah,
great fucking
you're like
counter argument.
talking about cleaning and I'm like, but you're not a glove guy. But no, and that's the thing.
I got 2 kids, dog. I ain't no glove guy.
No, and talking about kids, dude. Like I'll have the boys like, hey, because it's the easiest when you're gloved up and you have somebody else helping you. Like, hey, like I was helping you earlier. Like, hey, throw some olive oil on here. All right, throw some pepper on here. Throw salt on here. Throw
And
cayenne
that's
on
the
here.
way-
I'm gonna rub it in. I'm gonna flip it over. Okay,
Yeah.
throw olive oil on here. Throw.
And
salt.
that's the way my in-laws work a lot.
Yeah, oh,
and,
yeah.
But I like, shouts out B, I love you. She helps, but she doesn't help quite as much as like her mom helps her dad. But it's great because we got 2 young kids, so
Right.
it's like she's bouncing us. So when she can, she's in there. She's throwing shit when she help me. But she's not. She can't always be available because we got a 4-year-old and almost a 2-year-old. So.
Giving me OTPHJs.
Yeah. When Marty's there, getting it. And they connect more than we do, and that's no secret. But so that's so she helps when she can, but it's on a lot of times she just got to run off.
It's on you, yeah.
Exactly.
And when it's on you, the dirty hand, clean hand is the way to go.
Oh yeah.
Because then
that's the way I roll. Man.
You have your clean hand. You're putting olive oil on. You're rubbing it with the dirty hand, and then you're throwing seasoning on, and then you're flipping it, and then doing the same thing with your clean hand.
Because when I first started, I'll be honest, man, it was I didn't have gloves at all. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Yeah.
So I'd be flipping meat with one hand, and the next thing I know, I'm flipping meat, and I'm fucking washing bottles off. Yeah. I'm washing my countertop.
Oh yeah,
it's just a process,
it's
like
a
with
fucking
everything.
mess.
Yeah.
It's so much easier with 2 people, but if it's one person, you have to do the dirty hand, clean hand.
Yeah.
Or you're running through gloves, or you're washing your hands all the time, or and then even trying to screw caps off of shit with your clean hand.
Yeah.
And then
pinching
flipping
it between your body. Yeah,
like you're doing all sorts of magic and shit.
Yeah, man.
Well, so we're talking about this because what would you consider yourself a cook? Like a professional cook, a semi-pro cook, a competition cooker?
Not even a hobbyist.
You sound so short. Okay, so you're a hobby cooker. What do you
I
do?
would say that's probably the best for you. But I would say you hold other categories.
I'm not selling myself short.
No. Okay.
I'm modest. Like, okay, I'm not bad. I've never had anybody been like, God damn it, that's bad.
Okay.
But like you can talk to, again, shout out to our barbecue team, but like Jason Mackey, Thomas Beeman, and my father-in-law Alan.
No Witness Barbecue.
No Witness Barbecue. They all want my opinion because I don't give no bullshit. Like even Mackey, the most experienced. Well, him and Alan are pretty. They both have a lot of years. Yeah. But Mackey's like, I want to know what because you ain't gonna fucking sell it short. He's like, your opinion hits me right in the. It's an uppercut because it's on because I'm real with them. Like it's good, and that's the way they are with me, and I love it. But again, I've only been doing this 2 years.
Yeah. So let's
like October of
Let's jump back. How'd you get into it? Let's start from the beginning.
Okay, so
this is a cooking show. This was our topic. If everybody's like, yeah, Pags, we know.
So it's 2000. I mean, okay. Well, growing up, Dad always smoked turkeys and shit, but he had an electric smoker, and we never.
Was great.
Oh yeah, his fucking food was phenomenal, but we never spent much time out there with him, and he died at too young of an age to show me what he knew. Yeah. So I get to college. Dad still had cancer, but I moved out. I can tell you it was June 27th, 2009. 8 days after I was 18 years old, I moved in with this asshole.
Yeah. Party.
Yeah, North 67th Street. Like 34th Street. I don't know. Anyway. So I move out, and I don't know, about a month in, I'm like, God damn, I want to grill. But Dad always grilled, Yeah. And he always had charcoal, and so I was like, fuck that, I'm going convenience. So I bought this fucking stainless steel propane grill. And that's what I learned.
Dude, that is convenience.
Yeah, I taught myself.
For sure.
I taught myself that, and I always grilled out for us. And then Rob used it, and you guys used it. I didn't care. I just bought it for the house.
Yeah.
Well, then I moved back home after I graduated. Oh, god damn it. Dad died March of 2011. I graduated June of 2011. I moved back August of 2011, I believe. And then the Toll Street house that I had bought, that's remember the Father's Day weekend that this other one had rusted out like a bitch. So then we go down to Walmart and I ended up buying one. I got it on clearance, long story short. Still the only grill I had. We're cooking. Well, then when I get this, we finally, biggest day of my life, I propose to my wife. We reveal we're having a second kid.
You proposed to a wife?
Yeah. And we also find out that we got a different house all on the same day.
Damn.
Yeah.
Huge. So we get to this other house. It's on Wilson there. And I'm like, fuck it, you know? So we get there, and Brittany's dad, Alan, my father-in-law, he did a lot of smoking. And I'm like, you know what? Dad did a lot of it. I'm like, it's you know, I'm old. It's time to get into it. Because at the time, you know, we had Maylee, or May.
Yeah.
Too late. Anyway. And then we had our other little girl, and I was like, you know, I don't do much. I might as well get into cooking. And that's when pellet grills were getting popular. And
see, I had been told about pellet grills, and it's because we were still living up in Lincoln, and a co-worker of JPEG's was telling us about it, and I was like, man, it would be nice to get one, you know, just to have and stuff. And so this was like a year or so before you kind of got into it.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, because they make a really badass. I mean, they're expensive, but they're expensive steel. Everything about them is just expensive, but they're good. But they're handmade, handcrafted, everything in Beatrice, Nebraska, blazing. But they're expensive. Right. So anyway, I would decide to go with the Green Mountain, and then I started cooking. So then that's what I had. So I had this propane grill, and I had this pellet grill. Well then, so I had this pellet grill, and then less and less I would use this propane grill. So then about 6 months after I started using this pellet grill, we were like smoking. Well, then I seen that one of my buddies' brother-in-laws posted this trailer smoker that he hand built and welded. Side note, welds are complete dog shit, because that's my background, welder. I'll get into that. I bet I could sell the thing now for about $3,000, but I got it off this dude for $1,000. On a trailer, drove up to Lincoln, reverse flow smoker. I get up there, and I'm like, yeah. I'm looking at it. I'm like, I'm a welder. I got a degree in welding, and I'm a quality tech. And he's like, yeah, a lot of the welding was done outside with me because there's nothing but fucking porosity filled. People that don't weld probably don't know what I'm talking. Anyway, so I get that back, and then we start cooking with that, and I fucking love it. And that's actual stick burning. Like we went and hand cut down fucking with the chainsaw, cut down 3 wild cherry trees, logged them up. Got them in my backyard when we were living in Falls City, and then just as a workout, I hand split with them all 3 wild cherry trees.
What's stick burning? So is that like the barrel with the side by side?
Yeah, it does. Okay, so stick burner could be anything. It doesn't matter whether it's a vertical smoker, whether it's an offset, whether it's a reverse flow.
Okay.
You're just smoking it with wood.
Yeah, like a legitimate, you throw wood into it.
Okay.
So
but the one that he has, what kind was
reverse.
It made out of though?
Mine's a reverse flow.
No,
reverse flow,
was it like an old propane tank or
yeah,
something?
Yeah, it was an old. It's a compact propane tank.
But you've seen like the ones that you're talking about. You do have where it's kind of like a charcoal grill, and they have like the side smoke where you can use the wood.
Yeah.
It's just like a bigger version,
like an Oklahoma Joe.
Yeah.
That's a stick burner.
That's what we have at work.
Yeah, it's a stick burner.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just anything that you actually burn wood with.
Okay.
Like, like you control your coals, you control the fire.
Those are the best.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
absolutely. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's You do not get I don't give a fuck what kind of pellet grill you have. You do not get the flavor that you do when you're burning legitimate
charcoal
wood.
and wood.
Yeah. That's the way to go.
And so that's what you got, and it's a reverse flow. So explain that for what people don't.
Okay, so people I don't know,
or because I didn't know until he got this. Like he was explaining this on. It's like I find this like very interesting because it's a
I don't
hobby.
Know if you know or not.
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a typical offset is if you look at a smoker, and you guys are going to be obviously you're going to be able to visualize it as by looking at me, but you have your firebox.
Yep.
You have your grill.
Mm-hmm.
And then your exhaust is on the opposite side of the firebox.
Yep.
So your smoke travels up, across, up, and out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an even flow. But what you get a lot of times is a lot of hotter spots and it cools down as it goes across.
So it's not like a continuous temp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a reverse flow, like what mine is I have my firebox, I have my cooking chamber, but underneath, so where my firebox comes up, I have a solid welded baffle with about a foot opening, so the smoke and heat comes up under the baffle, comes up across, and the exhaust is on the same side as the cooking chamber.
Okay, so there's no way it can't go straight up.
No.
It's
There's literally metal. It's a solid welded fucking baffle.
Okay.
So it has to travel across, up, and then back all the
across.
way out.
But can it get through to the bottom of the meat?
No. Because it's a solid welded.
Solid.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's solid.
No grates.
No. There's pieces of it's metal welded fucking solid all the way and then in the middle. So the heat and the smoke has to go under the baffle, up, travel back across your grates, and then out your exhaust. So what you get in return is a lot more even heat.
Okay.
And so like even if you like I said, shouts out Mackie, you get him on here. He actually just took mine up and they cooked, I want to say 13 or 14 Packer Piedmont briskets for Budweiser here at Husker for the Minnesota game that tailgated. But he wanted to use mine because he knows how quick it cooks and how evenly it cooks, and also shouts out Big Poppy Barbecue. That's his name. But he's got a badass smoker too. But the reverse flow, it's just so much more even heat because again, it's not because if you get too big of a fire on an offset,
oh yeah, man.
your flames and your fucking shit's just gonna shoot out and burn and
that's
char.
That's where we use that word.
Yeah.
Man.
So imagine you fucking cut off that exhaust, weld the fucker shut, weld a solid baffle, cut out a new exhaust, and weld it there. Okay. I could do all that.
Yeah.
And then your heat travels across underneath, comes up, and then back over. All your heat and smoke. So everything's even.
Yeah.
So you might it still might be a little bit hotter because your baffle might heat up where the fire's hitting.
Yeah.
On your firebox side, but it's not much.
When you guys eventually come down, go out and see the house, you should make something with it so he can see beginning like a lasagna, something that doesn't take I
100% understand what he's saying. We call it event.
No. I know I wasn't saying that. I'm just saying to see it,
man.
Just to see it in person, like in action. Yeah. It's pretty sweet.
So you high.
Yes.
Not because of what you're saying. You're making it 100%, but your eyes.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm getting ready to call the 911. No, what we have at work is just a side-by-side box, and we don't rely on heat at all. So whatever we're smoking, we just have like our side-by-side, and then it's going through the chamber and it's smoking, and the only thing really getting a lot of heat is what's close to the firebox, the side-by-side box. So we'll try to rotate it, and then we'll finish it in like a roaster or the oven or something like that.
See, but to me, that's fucking cheating.
And I wouldn't say for us it's not cheating.
But for what you guys do, it's fucking convenient.
No, it's convenient, man.
Again,
so
I was bitching about convenience.
We're making runs. So it's like, hey, watch this. Hey, we're gone.
So imagine you don't have that. You don't have to worry about flipping shit back and forth.
We're not worried about, and it's not even for us. It's not even about flipping shit back and forth. It's more about, hey, just keep the smoke going. Every now and then, throw some charcoal in the side box. Throw some wood chips in there. And then, but we're doing a brisket, so we'll do. It takes 2 days, So we'll throw smoke in there for 6 days.
You're doing a brisket for how long?
Oh well, I mean,
you said 2 days.
2 days, so it's not like one day we're just putting smoke on it, right? It's not getting any heat. It's just getting smoke. And then the next day, then we're cooking it. Okay. So it's we're not.
But this is different to me. I've never heard of this strategy.
Okay. Yeah. So that's how we do it.
No, whatever works. I'm not here. All I'm saying is the longest I've ever cooked a brisket on my reverse flow, 20 pounds, 8 hours.
Yeah,
that's fucking with a 1/4-inch smoke ring, fucking juice. I mean.
Yeah. So for ours, it's a side by side. So it's an old barrel.
So an offset.
Right, it's an offset. Okay. It's just a big barrel. We have the offset box. We throw charcoal in there. Mm-hmm. We put it in the shuttle or whatever you call it. The chimney. Yeah. Throw in the chimney. Okay. Throw that in there. We throw soak wood chips. We throw wood chips in there. so it's getting tons of smoke. But
Is that clean smoke though? Like what does your exhaust look like? Can you see like a bunch of billowing white smoke?
It's dirty smoke.
That's not good.
Like all we have it's a pipe at the end of it.
Yeah.
And we throw aluminum on there. I mean we're in the oldest fire station in the city. We have a barrel.
Okay, but what I'm telling you though is that dirty billowing smoke is not good.
No, and that's everything I read is like if you see thick smoke, like that's dirty smoke, that's not good. But that's what we do it.
Okay, but then, no, but I mean it's not gonna kill you because trust me.
Oh yeah,
I've looked inside. I've looked inside of guys of smokers, and they lift the lid, and they're smoking, and they're happy and proud, and there's just nothing but fucking creosote coming down. And you're like, God damn, you're eating that. It ain't gonna kill you. But what I'm saying, what you want to see is in your exhaust, you want to see nothing.
Clear smoke. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Yeah.
Purple.
We don't get that. No, we get.
But what you're talking about though is
we're firemen, so we.
But I get that. But you're fucking throwing soaked chips, and you're throwing chips on goddamn charcoal, and it doesn't sound like you have a clean vent. That's why it's billowing.
It's aluminum foil wrapped around a fucking exhaust pipe. And,
all right, man, do what you gotta do.
Sometimes we'll put like a SpaghettiOs can over that.
Okay.
Like,
hey,
we're living.
I get it, but what I'm saying is to me though, just what it sounds like is just an airflow problem. So like, look at your airflow. Like that's all it sounds like to me. Like everything else.
So what we do is there's like going into the pit.
Yeah.
We just put a chunk of wood in there to let wind flow in there, flow it through, throw it through the chamber, and then out of the exhaust, which is on the other side of the deal.
Yeah. So then, again, if it's billowing, you just don't have enough airflow.
Okay.
That's all it is. So you either need to open your exhaust on the ass end, or where it starts, you need more air.
Okay.
And that's all it is, man.
Okay.
It's just because if mine's burning clean, and I have I can lift up the lever and I can close the exhaust to like a quarter opening.
Yeah.
And then 5 minutes later it starts fucking turning white.
Okay.
It's just because my coals and my wood is not breathing.
Okay.
Because there's no exhaust.
Okay.
So you have to have even airflow from the beginning to the end. So
Okay.
that's all it is. That's all it is fucking airflow. So you got to find out if it's coming from the beginning or the end.
Okay.
And then once you do that, dude, you're gonna start getting clean smoke. You're gonna start getting better flavor. Just that's all it is. Airflow.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'll look into that. Like the thing.
Send me pictures, dude. I'm a metal worker. That's what I do. That's my background.
Okay.
So if you need, I'll pull it down there. I'll do some fucking work, cut, weld, do what I gotta do. You know a guy.
Yeah. But what you're talking about is actually smoking and cooking at the same time. Like that's something we're just like. We didn't know that was even fucking possible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
like
I get it.
We didn't.
I get it, and that's where with you guys, with your schedule, I could see it's difficult.
Oh yeah.
But I don't. Do you have somebody at the station at all times, or no? Or is
yeah. 24 hours a day. There's 10 people there. I don't want to get into that too much. We could talk.
No.
No. Seriously, like we.
But as long as there's somebody there to tend it.
Oh yeah, there's somebody there.
Yeah, then.
Unless no, I mean we're supposed to be there 24 hours, but. There's a lot of times where all of us are gone.
So then your meat might get fucked up.
So yeah. So yeah, we're definitely like there's 3 shifts. We live there.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's times where all of us are gone.
So then I would just stick with what you're doing, but just look at your airflow and try to get a cleaner smoke. So that way I think you guys get a lot better flavor. I really would.
No,
that does make sense.
That makes sense. But no, I want to get off of that because that sounds boring.
Hit it up.
So you got into competition smoking. How did you get? How did you get into that?
Well, I started again, and then my father-in-law, and then Big Tom. We talked about just fucking joining one together.
Shouts out.
Yeah, shouts out Beeman, and shouts out Papa Allen. We just talked about doing it, and they're like, let's think of a name, and being a WAP, I came up with No Witness Barbecue. So then eventually our team name or our team motto was, what do you get when you cross a WAP, an Indian, and a white guy? No fucking witnesses. So that's what we rolled with. So anyway, my first ever competition was in Clarinda, Iowa. It was last fall. No. Yeah, it was last fall. It was, goddamn it, whenever they have, like last August. And we got third in chicken. We didn't place in anything else. But there's quite a few teams. And that was Thomas and Allen's chicken. So we put both of theirs in the box, so they placed. So any competition I've ever done that we've placed anything of mine, I've never actually placed yet. But our last competition, where Jason whipped our ass, he was a fourth member of our team. Shouts out Mackie. And I don't remember the exact number. Again, he placed and everything, ended up getting grand champion, but he placed third in ribs. Okay. But down there, you're talking, they just pull people off the streets to judge, right? But not that it's big. I don't care. I know I'm not that great yet, but I'm okay. I'm just gonna say whatever was hit. I asked him what his score was. He got like 124. So we turned in my ribs for our team. He got 124. I added up my points. I got 123. So it was a hard pill to swallow, but the silver lining was exactly. I'm like, man, this motherfucker. He's been my mentor. He's been cooking this long, and I only finished 1 point behind him. Now, given they're not KCBS judges, they're just people. But
what's KCBS?
Kansas City Barbecue
Masters or something.
Yeah, it's basically it's a sanctioned thing. Like my in-laws they can actually judge a competition because they went and paid for a class.
Oh, dude, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
dude, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I was gonna say
they went down. I think it's at Arrowhead. They paid for the class. They can actually judge a barbecue competition. So anyway, they just pull people off the streets down there. And again, I don't care. Yeah. But the fact that I was like, man, I only finished one.
But I don't know. I guess when I see that, it's just like that person. Like sometimes you just might hit them.
Oh,
that's perfect.
That's exactly what it is. Whether they're sanctioned or not.
Yeah.
It all depends what your flavor is. Like he might like more salt than you, whether you're fucking sanctioned or not. So that's what I love about it.
And you've always said you just do it just to like be with the guys.
My God,
and
dude, it's such a fucking fun time. We went down there and I was like, oh, what am I cooking? I'm like, ribs? I'm like, oh, shit. Turning times what, 2? I'm like, I'll be back at 6 a.m. I went home, got a good night's rest, threw on my brisket for a fucking bonus meat, threw on my ribs, you know. I loved it. And we're learning as a team because before what we always did was everybody, whether it's a 3-meat turn-in or a 4-meat, everybody would fucking cook everything. And then everybody's trying everybody else's meat. Like, oh, and then we get so goddamn full and we're like, okay, well, let's try this. It's like, no, fuck that. So this last competition, we're like, you're doing this. So Thomas did chicken, Alan did pork, I did ribs.
Okay.
Thomas's chicken didn't quite turn out. His fucking, he has a Traeger. It acted up, didn't cook like he wanted it to. That's what sucks about a pellet grill is you can't control it as well as a stick burner. Okay. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's burning low. Just fucking add more wood, get some more air to it. As compared to electronics not acting right. So his chicken, it was okay, but he's had a lot better. I mean, he's had really good chicken. He's a really good chicken cook.
I've had Bemis chicken.
Was it the night of the eclipse?
Fucking the night of the eclipse.
Yeah. Well,
fantastic.
Yeah, it's good. But this one, it wasn't, because I even remember I took a bite. I'm like, oh, this must have a really good smoke ring to his pink. He's like, no, it's raw. I'm like, spit it out. Because it's just part of it cooked, part of it didn't.
Also, it's great.
Oh, yeah.
You just eat the skin.
Yeah. But anyway, so then Alan...
just have those days,
yeah. So then Alan got second in pork, because he knocked it out of the park. So, you know, obviously he got his trophy. And then I finished 1 point out of third on ribs. Yeah. But, you know, again, though, but that's what I love with Jason, even though he's our teammate, but at the same time, he's good enough to cook by himself. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm so like, what do you think of this? You know, the brisket, a little bit longer, a little bit less. And it was so goddamn funny because they left to go get something. And Jason's big ass offset smoker ran out of... Just his fucking fire went out, right? And Thomas is like, send him a picture. Fuck you, fire's out. But obviously we did. I loaded it up with wood, you know. I got his fire going. I got it back to tip. But we were dying. It was like 6 a.m.
I would have been crying,
dude,
laughing.
We were. That's the thing is like, you get so delirious because you're so tired, but at the same time your eyes are so full of smoke and you're half drunk. Yeah, Tom was like, just send him a picture. Fuck you, fire's out. Because obviously he's got meat cookies, you know. Yeah, but I'm like, I can't. And obviously Thomas was joking, you know.
Yeah.
And I was, and then I'm fucking wiping tears, crying. Half from laughing, fucking half from the smoke as I'm reloading this goddamn fire, and then Mackie gets back, and I'm like, we almost sent you a text and said, "Fuck you, your fire's out," and then he's fucking laughing.
That's gonna be the name of this episode. Fuck you, the fire's out.
I love it, dude.
That's so great.
Oh man, like I said, it's just a small town competition, but yet we're all just having a good goddamn time, and. In the politics of barbecue, it's such a there's so many politics, but yeah, there's so much camaraderie. So like when it comes time for turning, everybody's bringing their stuff around. Like try this. Like oh shit, that's good. There's some people are like, oh, I'm like, oh, it's not that good. But yeah, this dude gets second in ribs. And it's like
it's just a fun. It's
but
just
you
like,
never know what they're giving you is what they turn in. Like
Yeah.
they could be giving you complete shit.
Yeah.
And then they turn in a good
turn in
product.
good-
Exactly.
yeah.
Just to fucking throw you off.
Right.
But I don't care. I mean, I'm not in it to win. Like, there's people that'll spend $300 on a fucking Wagyu brisket just because. But, like, if you win, like, a state championship, it's like 15 grand. So, yeah, like, I could justify that for that.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
for a
yeah.
small town competition, I can't do it.
Right.
You know, so.
Do you run into a lot of the same people at competitions? Is it a? You
Well,
said it's a
we
small
haven't-
community. Like, do you
Yeah,
see,
well,
like-
in the small town, yeah. I mean, it's not like I've done a lot of competitions. I've done 2, 3, maybe.
okay.
so yeah, so like two like very like local ones from the town. that
Yeah,
you
and
lived
then
in,
one that
then,
we left a little bit, but yeah, the small town, yeah, it's and like I said, it's very political. I'm not going to get in and call anybody's names out.
Oh,
There-
I'm sure
there
it's
was
like
a
that even
team.
at
There
the
was
national level.
no, I've never done that. But that you get, like I said, Andy Dean, he's done a lot of that national stuff. But
Yeah. Yeah, dude, man. It's just it's great. So you would say like the what did you name your big reverse smoker? The name of it?
El Fuego.
Yeah, El Fuego. So that's your favorite, obviously, to cook with, or no? You just like because at this
You
point
talking about like smoking?
yeah,
Yeah, for smoking for sure. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
my favorite. I don't know if it's my favorite. Man, that muchacho, that little
Yeah.
ceramic one. I don't know. It's tough. But for smoking, for sure, yeah, that one I love it. It's
What's muchacho?
my.
He has this other type of smoker. So what
yeah,
all
I
do you
wanna-
have?
Okay.
You sent me a picture of the rig you had when where you first got it, like 2 years ago. Like you was sick as fuck.
El Fuego.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
I asked
showed-
for help for nickname, and you're like, no, you got to name her.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like, what an asshole.
asshole.
But no, so I ended up naming it El Fuego, the fire, and then so now all the cookers I have. Okay, so I have my Green Mountain grill.
Do you have a name for that? Just Green Mountain.
Yeah, I never named it. Blackstone never named it, but the big reverse flow is El Fuego, and then my Vision grill, which is just like the Big Green Egg, but it's even more badass and it's half the price, and that's Muchacho.
You've seen the Big Green Egg one? Kind of looks like a pressure cooker or something.
Yeah,
like
I
it's
think so.
weird.
Yeah, they're ceramic. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's the same fucking thing, and I've smoked ribs on it. It's just like a goddamn pellet grill. Like you set up a charcoal snake.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of that? Anyway, these ceramic grills. So what you do is I set up a charcoal snake. So you have a big ass base, right? Underneath your grate. And you can go 3-2, but I usually go 2-1, 2-1, 2-1 with charcoal, and I run a snake around the fucking thing, and then I throw wood chips on top of it.
I think I've seen. Oh
Yeah.
And-
So you'll light the
and you put
beginning
the
of
meat
it.
in the middle of it.
No, you put the meat on your grate. This is below.
Oh, okay, this is below? Okay.
Yeah, it's below your grate.
Okay.
So then you light the beginning, and it's a motherfucker to get going. But once it gets going, it's literally you shut the lid on that fucking and those goddamn ceramic cookers. So then you set your damper on the top, you set your damper on the bottom. Once you get it set, you walk away. 6 hours later, you come back to goddamn temperatures within 5 degrees. It's unreal. It's literally like your pellet grill. Probably even more accurate. Okay. So I did a rack of ribs on that, and it was different. It had a different flavor than my pellet grill, but it was good. And I've only done, and I really want to do a butt on it sometime. But I love cooking with that thing. So to segue back to the whole propane grill thing.
Okay.
Once I bought that charcoal grill and I started cooking with charcoal, I never turned on my propane grill, so I fucking sold it.
Yeah.
So I sold it. So now that's what I have. I have my Blackstone flat top, and that's great for just Phillies. That's great. You can sell. It takes me back to my Runza days. I used to be a cook at Runza, cook chicken titties.
And so, what that
burgers.
Blackstone is I know you know what it looks like, but it's for people who don't. It's from propane.
Yeah.
And so it just looks like if you see like you ever go to any like fast food restaurant and they got like the flat top or any like chain restaurants and stuff. It's just kind of like that, or you go to like the Japanese where they like live
Jesus
cook in
Christ.
front of
Let's
you.
not get too racist, Pags. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
man.
my bad. But you just like one of those, you know what I mean? And so like that's great because I know you want to hear about his lasagna because he smokes a great lasagna.
Oh, yeah, it's on my
and so
list.
like I woke up with him and he had that and we just went out and cooked. He made deer meat ones and then just like regular hamburger ones, and we just cook that on that like side by side in the morning. So just to have that big thing is nice. And he has it all on this like cement slab in the back of his house. So it's pretty fucking great. But he said the next competition that he does, his bonus meat. So you turn it in like your main meat and you get like a bonus meat.
Yeah, motherfuckers.
Yeah, he's gonna do his smoked lasagna for.
I gotta get
bonus
into that
meat.
too sometime. But
Yeah.
so they have what's up?
Oh, it's on my list. I want to hear about
Oh,
this.
dude.
I've seen pictures of it.
Okay, well, let me finish. So, I have all these grills, right? And this fucking Vision grill, okay? So, you buy the same size Vision grill that I have, which is about, you get it at Sam's Club. And I paid $5.50, I think, for it. But the same size, big green egg, with none of the accessories, no shelves, no extra tall shelf, nothing, is like $1,100-$1,200. So, I was like, fuck that. Whoa, hello.
Whoa, Coco.
Some asshole behind me's talking shit. Anyway, that stinks. So I bought that, and I love cooking with that goddamn thing. Whether it's steaks, whether it's
Yeah, it's that. What's on YouTube? You see that? That Blackstone?
Yeah.
yeah.
It was telling me.
I know you
it's
fucks
gonna
can't
shut
see.
off in 10 minutes. If we didn't activate it, that's why I hit it.
But anyway,
Sorry,
so
brother.
that's
Go
that's
ahead.
all that. And what are we doing now?
He's just skipping.
That's fucking rare. Oh yeah, now we're back. Now we're on the Blackstone grill.
Yeah.
That's what I got. Anyway, that fucking piece of shit top cover that leaked water. Anyway, so I love it, man. I've cooked anything. Like I said, I smoked ribs on it. I love cooking steaks on it. It just burgers. It just so once I got that, I was like, I could not compromise. It's more work, but I could not tell myself that like, yeah, the less work is worth the propane. So I never turned the fucking thing on. So I just took my big ass propane bottle, put it on the Blackstone, and then sold the goddamn grill. So that's where I was at with that. So I don't know what's next.
That's how we got into it.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way, dude. Like, so years ago, I bought a side-by-side deal. It was a fucking Charbroil, I want to say, the company. And it was a full top charcoal, full top propane.
Right.
And then once I started cooking with charcoal, like, I did not fuck with the propane.
Yeah.
And I know it's in winter time or when you're busy, it's a lot easier to cook with the propane, but I always just use the charcoal.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it takes 45 minutes or 40 minutes to,
With the
get
goddamn
the charcoal going, but it's so much worth it. And then, so I went from that I didn't even, for years, I didn't even use the propane. Then my girlfriend had the propane grill we had on the upper deck, which was easy because it's right next to the kitchen. So we'd use that for, brats or burgers. And even then I was like, fuck, I should just go downstairs and use it. And every now and then I would, and I'm like, oh, stupid, I should.
You know how goddamn annoying, like, okay, sorry to interrupt, but the fucking, just the grease fires.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Dude, like, I would get so, like, I remember our first house, like, literally the siding halfway melted because of a goddamn grease fire, because when we left, me and the other man that left, my wife and his wife, they apparently couldn't figure out how to put out a goddamn fire. Long story short, not their fault, but so you got burger grease dripping down.
Yeah.
But, like, that doesn't happen with charcoal. Like, oh,
No.
you're putting out fucking charcoal. Who cares? You know,
right,
it's
right.
just safety. Even it's
yeah.
like.
Yeah,
Anyway,
dude.
sorry.
No, that's all good. So I had that going.
Goddamn grease
Then
fires.
we had the propane upstairs, and then we had the electric smoker. I got rid of all those, and I got my pellet grill.
Yeah.
But it's still not. So for me, the problem is, and I haven't even used it during winter yet because I got it in the spring. So I've been using it for about 6 months.
No, you're gonna need to load up on some pellets.
Yeah, and dude, I love the pellet grill. I love that. Like, for me, my favorite is the side-by-side smoker, like that we have at work.
Oh, okay.
Because it's the flavor, the charcoal, the wood chips is the best flavor. And I don't care about controlling temperature, because we would just throw as much smoke on whatever we're cooking as we wanted, and then we'd finish it in the oven or the roaster or the grill. And then
So you ought to send me like some pictures. I mean, I'm honestly just curious on like what your guys' process is. Cause like I'm not saying it's wrong or anything. I'm just it's something I'm not used to, and
Okay.
you know, and as open minded as I am about this cooking game, like I feel like I have something to learn, and I want to fucking learn, you know. Or if I think I can help,
Yeah, no,
you know, I want to help.
I'm
so
sure you could, dude. It's just
I'm sure it's more help.
Yeah. No, it's old. It's an old fucking. I'll send you a picture. But anyway, so I got rid of all that shit. I had the propane grill side by side charcoal. I had the propane grill solo, and I had the electric smoker. We got rid of all that. We got the pellet grill, and I love the pellet grill because, even with the electric smoker, I love the electric smoker. That was the first smoker I ever had. I started fucking with it, and I've talked about it many times on the podcast. I sold it to my buddy, Trimble, aka Marquez, aka Trick Ass. Trick Ass Marquez is in the process. Trick Ass Marquez is in the process of moving. So
That's right up there with Biscuit Tits. Best names. You got.
So Marquez is a fucking good dude, and you might even know him, dude. So
That's possible.
So Trick Ass Marquez, Trimble, he was at our unit in Lincoln.
Okay.
At the fire at the West Old Street location. So
Yeah.
hey,
way to go, champ!
woo, champs. So Trick Ass Marquez, he was at that unit. This dude actually was in active duty at the same time. I was at active duty in Fort Riley, Kansas, but he wasn't in the Big Red One. He was in like 1st Armored or 2nd Cav or some shit, or 2nd Armored, whatever they had down there. Nobody gives a shit about armored units. Just give a fuck about infantry units. So then he went to the Army Reserve.
Hold up. She just killed our TV feed.
Oh my god.
We were annoyed
Don't
by
pause
it.
this, we'll
No,
edit
we were
this.
annoyed by it. You're good.
What are you wearing? What are you wearing?
Oh,
He looks good.
It's a fashion show now.
you like that?
I'm about to ask him to take it off, to be honest.
Yeah, well, how was the game, babe?
It was good.
You got no voice left?
No, I have no voice left.
Oh boy.
All right, guys, we're back. You might have heard some clicking off. We just paused it real quick. Cam got home. We had to talk about something important. So you're talking about Trick Ass Marquez.
Yeah. So anyway, Trick Ass Marquez, solid dude, man. Just looking at him, you're like, oh, this is just a fucking normal guy. He's a fucking awesome guy, man. So yeah, like I said, he was in active duty. He was in reserves and National Guard, just like me, which is rare. You rarely run into anybody who's been in all 3 branches. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he's fucking awesome. So we were at AT in Minnesota, and we were in there for 3 weeks this summer, and he was my bunkmate. He's fucking awesome, dude. Awesome fucking dude. Everybody loves Marquez. So his name's Trimble. I'm not even scared to drop his real name because he's a fucking gangster. So like when we were in Minnesota for annual training, they're like, hey, you guys are going to be up there and you're going to be in the woods and you're probably not going to have like showers and all that shit. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. That's a lie. Because I was like, that is unacceptable. Yeah. I need electricity. I need showers. I need a toilet. But for the podcast, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I don't need that shit. I'll be Paul Bunyan. That's a lie. I was like, no. Like, this is 2018. I'm an old man. Like, I need fucking access to phones and all that shit. They're like, that's what it's going to be. I was like, well, what the fuck ever. We're going to make it happen. Like, we're going to go to Walmart. We're going to get Jameson. And we're going to have electricity. And we're going to shower. So every few days, they would let us shower. And they would let us do laundry. So they're like, hey, so... Because I'm like, nobody has 21 days worth of laundry. You know what I mean? Like,
that's ridiculous.
So, like, I could wear... You know, I have 4 multi-cam uniforms. Like, that's 21 days easy. But as far as brown t-shirts and underwear, like, I'm not bringing... I need... Like, I'm an old man. Like, I need 21 pairs of underwear for a 21-day mission.
Yeah.
If I'm in the woods.
And a couple of pairs of pants.
And socks. Socks and underwear are big. Brown
Yeah.
t-shirts. I could stretch a t-shirt, you know, for days. But underwear and socks, like...
No. I 100% agree.
I could go without underwear. You can't... You're in army boots. You can't No, you can't go
Socks
without
are-
army boots. You can't. Obviously, you can't go. Without, you can't go without socks, and you can't go barefoot. So I'm like, I don't have 21 pairs of long socks to wearing army boots.
Yeah.
And the underwear is not a big thing.
And ain't
but-
nobody want to put back on crusty socks.
Yeah, fuck no, man.
Turn them
You
inside out, though.
and they used to tell us, back in the active duty days, we'll hang them on a tree branch, put them on your shoulders, and then you put your other pair of boots on, and then they'll dry like underneath your fatigues. Like, fuck you,
Yeah.
Like, no, that's one thing. Like, whatever, that's other shit. But so anyway, they're like, hey, we're doing a laundry turn in, but and I bought a laundry bag from. I don't have the traditional army laundry bag. I still have one. It's got holes in it. It's old as fuck. I got one I bought from like Walmart with holes in it, like Advance.
Yeah.
So like we have a laundry turn in. So you turn it in, inventory it, whatever. I'm like, I don't have one of those, And I'm like 4 days in. We're eating MREs every day. We're in the woods. I'm like, Trimble, like, fuck, I need to do laundry turn in because I don't have 21 days worth of socks and underwear. He's like, I have another laundry bag. The Army olive drab, OD green. Mm-hmm. He gives it to me. I open it up. It says Marquez on it. I was like, who the fuck is Marquez? He's like, oh, that's some dude from old dude. I'm like, that's you now. So now everybody calls him Marquez. And then somebody else heard somebody say Trimble or I can't remember how, but somebody said they thought they heard trick ass out of that. So like, trick ass, Mark ass. So now it's like, you trick ass Marquez, Mark ass Marquez, and you fucking trick ass bitch. And we call him all sorts of shit, but he's the fucking best. Dude.
That's great. That's
So
a solid
So a
nickname.
lot of people call him trick ass. So instead of hey trick ass, hey what's up? Oh hey Marquez, trick ass Marquez.
I can just see
fucking
you and you're
bitch
holding
ass.
up the thing.
Yeah.
Who the fuck
Who
is
the fuck is
Marquez?
Because this is my bunkie, in the woods, dude. Dude, y'all know 3 days, like, dude, it sucked, man.
Yeah.
So to make it worse, so I went to San Diego. I don't know if I talked to.
I haven't talked to you since you went to San Diego.
Okay.
So you went out to see Elaine.
The whale's vagina. Yeah, Elaine. Shouts out. Fuck.
Hell yeah. She was on our Halloween episode, if you remember.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I don't want to make the story
Sounds
too
hot as
long
fuck.
because where are we at? Yeah, 2:30.
Yeah.
All right, so I won't make the story too long. So I should have did a trip in reverse. So it wasn't my choice, but no, I love Elaine. I love Elaine.
Yeah.
And I love the boys, and we were gonna take a trip out there. And I like Cali, but I don't love Cali. I've been to Cali a bunch, and it's.
See, I've only been the one time, so
Okay.
I feel like I would love it. I want to go to Southern California.
Never been there.
Okay. So for me, Cali is Cali, and it's traffic, and it's fucking bullshit. And me and Pags, we've been to San Jose, we've been to San Francisco, we've been to Monterey, we've been to 400 Liggett, and on top. Other than that, I've been to LA a few times. That's it. Dude.
Yeah.
I think I went to LA a few times.
It's quite a bit though.
That's quite a bit,
Yeah.
yeah. And I just think that's what I think of Cali, like traffic and shit like that. So I did want to see Elaine. I wanted to see the boys. They actually left before me because of work, and then I got off work. I went out there, and I completely fell in love with San Diego. Like San Diego was
really
absolutely, dude. So San
Isn't
Diego.
that where all the gays live?
no.
San Fran.
Excuse
me.
I love that's what's going
Jesus.
through his mind. You're near the gays.
And the coloreds.
And the transgender. No, dude. So I'm
Trying to throw a
expecting.
curveball.
I'm expecting typical
good.
Cali, and I'm like, this is gonna be fucking great. I get off work, I go here, it's bullshit, and then I go fucking home. I go back to work.
Yeah.
I get to. So I don't have high expectations. Not that Cali isn't. I don't know why I have that expected. Like Cali to me, because I still have I still hear songs about when 245 went to Cali.
Right.
I still hear those songs, and it brings me back there. That was such a good time for me.
Right.
I love San Francisco. I love San Jose. I love Monterey. I love 400 Liggett. I love all that. I think mostly it's LA.
Right.
The traffic and all that shit. So I wasn't excited about going on this trip. I just think, yeah, okay, yeah, I know what I'm getting into. It's high traffic and a lot of people. I don't like being around a lot of people. So I get out there, completely different, dude. It blows my mind.
Dude,
so
that's awesome, man. Because San Diego's not really all that big, right?
No. I think it is, but it must be spread out. So I get out there, and I go out there solo because the boys are out there, Camus is out there. They pick me up, and we have a Airbnb. It's a little house. And here's the problem about San Diego, dude. So right away, I'm like, I fucking love San Diego.
Right.
Okay, because like we have friends out there. We're hanging out with them. We're not in a hotel. We're in an Airbnb. The Airbnb is like 1,200 square feet, but it's like a $600,000 house.
Holy shit.
Our friends, they have a little bit bigger house than that, but it's still like a $600,000 house. For $600,000 out here, I mean, you get a fucking mansion, dude.
Oh, yeah.
By a lake somewhere. But there, it's like a 1,200 square foot house, like in a city. You know, but still, like, they're like, yeah, this is, you know, where we live. And they have tons of concrete in the back. I mean, they say, yeah, there's no bugs out here. We don't have bugs. We have 72-degree weather all year. They're close to the beach. So out there we went to...
But is it worth it?
See, I don't know.
To me...
But they have... I mean, we went to... Well, out there we went to PB Beach. We went to Pacific Beach. We went to La Jolla. We went to all these different beaches. We went jet skiing. We went to the beach every day. But the thing is for me about San Diego was it's not the California attitude. Like in San Diego, everybody was just... It was like down south.
Oh, okay.
Like everybody was super cool. Like no rush. Everybody's like almost like how they say Hawaii is.
Yo, yeah, dude, Hawaii.
Yeah.
I've been to Hawaii twice,
Okay.
and that because everybody calls it like island time.
Yeah.
So like when somebody says like 4 o'clock, it could be 4:15,
Yeah.
4:30.
That's how it was, dude. Everybody's like,
just
"Oh
take your
yeah,
time.
no, it's cool. Oh, where you from? Oh yeah, man, that's cool." Like it was super
Dude,
cool.
that's great,
super
man.
chill. Like, and they said that like, "Oh, this is the 74 degrees. Like this is all year round. There's no bugs. We're always outside. We're always grilling. Like, and it was just a cool pace compared to other places I've been to.
Okay.
County. It was just real chill. Like immediately, dude. Like within the first day, I was like, "Fuck, I could live here."
Damn.
You know, and then after day
that
like 3 or 4, I was like, I could for sure live here.
Dude, that's awesome.
there's
Yeah,
not
you
a-
would love that.
There's not a lot of places I could go to that I could say that because I like being in my house. I don't like leaving my house. San Diego was for sure like, I mean we're doing shit. We're going out to beaches. We're jet skiing, and then we're
yeah.
still going back to the house.
Retired
It's a
there.
Airbnb, so we have our own kitchen, so we're shopping and
Yeah.
we're interacting with normal people, like not at a hotel. And dude, for me it was so chill, so
Dude, that's
cool.
great.
Like, I loved it. I immediately fell in love with San Diego, and I don't fall in love with places like
Dude,
that.
that's
Like,
great.
loved it, man. So what happened was I fell in love, and I was like, fuck, I didn't even really want to go on this trip that much. You know, and I end up here, and I love it. I fall in love with it. Trying to get home, there's delays. We had to go through Vegas and then home. And then, so like, fuck it, let's just go to Vegas. There's storms. So like, okay, we can go to Vegas. There's no guarantee we'll get home. I contacted my buddy, Petit Martin.
Yeah.
He works for the MGM company, whatever, he's actuary. So we go there. He hooks up with the room at the Paris. I go out with Martin, hang out with him that night.
Solid name.
The boys and the Camus, they just hang out at the hotel room. But so we spend they spend more time, but I spend maybe 4 days in San Diego, a night in Vegas, hanging out.
Yeah.
I come home, and that next day I go to the Army, and then I'm in the woods in Minnesota for 3 weeks, dude.
Dude, that's like the high of the high to the low.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. So like I go from watching the sun go down in San Diego and having drinks and just living life to we pull up seriously like in San Diego we get on location after like a 12-hour drive in tactical vehicles. We show up and it's like, this is where you guys live, and it's just the woods. So the Army tactics, they're changing.
Yeah.
So they're going from Iraq and Afghanistan to FOBs and COBs, like forward operating bases and combat outposts, to back to Russia times and German times. So they're changing all that shit, and they've been changing that. So now it's like you set up you're in the woods, you mow that down with your vehicles, set up tents, set up your antennas, set up all that shit, and then guess what? Oh, you got attacked. Now you're jumping. You're tearing all that shit down. You're going somewhere else. You're providing your own security. So it was fucking, it's shitty, dude. You know, like for a young guy, like, that might be cool because we had, like Miles gear with blank ammunition, and we had booby traps, we had smoke grenades, we had all that shit.
Yeah.
For me, it's just like, we're just living in a tent. Just like, you were in,
Cali. No, absolutely.
Except for like when we were in Cali, we were doing our thing where we had our mission. We knew what we had to do. But in this mission in Minnesota, it was we could be attacked at any time. So we had to have guys on fucking trucks on the 50 cal, like scanning at night. Like it just sucked, dude. Like the first 4 days, it was MREs, shitting outside in the woods. And then they're like, okay, we got a military kitchen we could eat. And then now we have porta potties. And then boom, we get hit. Everybody scatters. Okay, now there's no army food. Again, we have just 3 MREs a day, and then shitting outside, and then they're going to set up the military kitchen again, and it's just like, this is 3 weeks of.
I'd almost rather shit outside than in a porta potty, though.
It's better. It's better outside.
Yeah. I'm
sure.
telling you, because there's just so much more freedom. Because I've been, not to jump in on your conversation.
No,
sorry.
I love it.
I've shit in porta potties in 105-degree weather.
Oh, they're fucking awful, dude.
You ever jerked off in one?
No.
Yeah.
I did.
No, me too.
Well, no,
Army.
Yeah, if I've had,
Texas.
I mean, if I was in the Army for that long, for sure I would. Yeah, absolutely I would. But no, I'm just talking like at the races or the NASCAR races or wherever else. Yeah, Dale Earnhardt Jr. really got me going.
Yeah, no, but 100% would rather.
Yeah, I'm just saying I'd rather just shit out there in free air. You know what I mean? Because I've done it.
I know.
Yeah, right?
Deer hunting.
You evolved. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Don't shit on your tires, folks. Lean away from the tires if you're going to poop. Don't just poop down the side of them. But, yeah, it's just, I don't care. I don't care about the comfortability of being stabilized. Is that a word? Stabilized.
It is tonight.
Stabilized. I'd much rather have the freedom of just, as Rob Dyrdek said, the air hitting your hole as you release. Did you ever see that episode? Oh my god.
I don't remember. Was that Fantasy Factory?
I think it was Fantasy Factory. Yeah.
Now that you're saying it, it kind of.
Yeah,
does.
he's like he's just sitting on the hill. Just imagine the air hitting your hole as you release.
You're talking about just still shitting, but Rob Dyrdek episode.
I remember my first drink. Yeah. I don't know if you ever seen that. He's just sitting there laughing because somebody gives him like basically a portable shitter, and he's sitting on like a hill in Hawaii. He's like, just imagine the air.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. He's like a sunset.
I have seen.
Yeah. He's
that.
like, just imagine the air hitting your hole as you release. And he was so sincere. Like,
yeah, I remember that.
I was
it's
like,
a great idea.
God. I was like, dude, yeah, just imagine that. Like an ocean breeze hitting your butthole as the poop drops.
No, it's for sure. It's way better, man.
Oh,
yeah.
Because I've been in both. Like, the only difference is like in the Army is like it's tactical. So then you have to have your e-tool. You have to have somebody providing security, and you can't just go in the woods by yourself. Like, yeah, you're shitting under pressure, and it's like they call them Op 4, which is opposing force, which is the enemy, which they're lurking out there with blank ammunitions or submunition rounds or whatever. So then, but it's still, even with that pressure, like it's nothing. Like if you die in fake combat, it's nothing compared to being in a porta potty that's 105 degrees.
Oh, yeah.
You're sweating, you're shitting.
It's terrible.
And I would never give a fuck. They're like, you have to keep your. So when we were in Minnesota, even at first, before like the war games started, they were like, hey, you have to be conditioned for this. So, and it wasn't as hot as it is in Nebraska. Not even
not
probably
even close. Yeah, no.
But it was still like, okay, so you had to have your Kevlar helmet, your full gear, which is, long sleeve, multicam, your vest, your gloves, your pro mask. You had to have all that shit on, and your weapon. You know what I mean? So then you're trying to shit. So it's like, if you're in a porta potty, I'd be like, I don't give a fuck. If you're outside, I don't give a fuck. I'm like, I'm taking all my shit off. I'm gonna take a shit. There's no way I'm going to a porta potty and putting my vest on the floor, my helmet on the floor, my weapon on the floor. People piss all over the place. So it just sucked, man. So, and then your gloves, like you have to have your gloves on all the time, even for training. So it was just stupid shit. So it kind of sucked going from, even going from home to Minnesota with the full army shit. Like our mission was we were in North Korea.
Right.
Well, I'm in a chemical unit. So
right.
Our mission was we're in North Korea.
So you're basically simulating what could have been, right?
You always simulate. Yeah. You always simulate.
Okay.
So instead of our mission is, hey, we're in Minnesota, our mission was, hey, we're in North Korea. Which I don't know if I told you that or not, because me and Pags used to,
Oh my God,
we used to always joke about, hey, we just got back from North Korea. But no, our mission in Minnesota was the whole 3 weeks we were there, we were in North Korea, and we were tactical the whole time. So anywhere we went, helmet, flak vest, gloves, eye pro mask, weapon, like all that shit. And it's like, I don't give a fuck. Like, if I want to get hit by a sniper, I'm taking my shit off, I'm going in the porta potty, or I'm taking a shit in the woods, and I don't scan behind me to make sure nobody runs up. Like, it just...
If not, we'll just wave as you're pooping. Like, fuck them.
Yeah, I got a white flag. I don't know.
The colored flag. Come on now. You can't say white. Colored flag. So, are we... What are you wanting to...
Where we at? We're about 2:43.
Yeah, which we're going for, I think.
Yeah.
You want to get in lasagna? I mean, like,
absolutely.
I mean, I'm confused. Like,
don't
let me direct your guys' podcast.
All right, we're back. Had to take a short break. Lasagna. You said you wanted to hear about the lasagna.
Yeah. So a few weeks ago, well, twice now, I think, on Snapchat, you sent.
Oh yeah, picture of the
snaps
lasagna.
About the lasagna, smoking lasagna.
Yeah, what was that for?
Pans,
Oh, that was just for
pans
the
of lasagna.
just because you moved into your new house, so just show everybody the house and just come eat.
Yeah, that one was
So, yeah, you smoked some lasagna, which is fucking phenomenal. Like, I obviously love lasagna and stuff, but
Of
it's
course.
yeah,
It's typical.
it's great. But yeah, it's like mom's recipes, right?
Yes, how it all started was one weekend as I don't know anybody who smokes a lot of food. I don't know, they might be in the same boat, maybe they're not. But eventually, I kind of get worn out on barbecue. Like, I'm like, okay, I need to take a little bit of a break. So
Yeah, because even though it's all delicious, it's still,
it is. At the same time, it's like okay,
you
I'm fucking getting heartburn from the smoke flavor because I've been eating this shit for 4 weeks straight. So I talked to Brittany, and I was like, hey, shouts out, babe, love you. I'm like, you know what? Like, I want to fucking smoke something this weekend. And again, people can, I guess this has been online before, whether they believe me or not. I had never seen it, never heard of it. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to smoke something, but I want it to be fucking different. And I just, in my head, where my fucking Dago brain went, was like, I'm going to fucking smoke a lasagna.
Yeah.
But I never made lasagna. So I reached out to Mama Pagnasty, shouts out. She gave me the recipe. Yeah, that's right. She gave me how she cooked hers, and basically I did everything. I added a few little things that I think could add some flavor. When I did the deer burger, Marty gave me the idea of the jalapeno, so we did that, and that added fucking tremendous flavor to the deer burger's lasagna. So my recipe for the smoked lasagna is basically the same as Mom's. It's just slightly different, but I smoked the shit. So I got it down to a science on my pellet grill on the temperature and the time on how long to do it.
and it's just fucking phenomenal. And just like chili or any other normal lasagna, it's better on the second day. But what I learned on the first time we did it was first time I made it, the girls, they were so goddamn hungry. We cut into it right away, but it was real liquidy, you know, because it didn't have time to reabsorb all the subtle or reabsorb all the juices. Mm-hmm. So, but when we reheated it the next day, we were like, God damn! Yeah, we had discovered something. And again, I had never heard of it. I don't know if it's online. I don't know.
I'm sure there is. There's stuff there's recipes to like smoke cookies.
Yeah,
like you can smoke everything. So I'm sure there is.
But again, honestly,
dicks. You ever smoke dicks?
I had
hell yeah.
Honestly, I had never heard of it. I had never seen it. I just one day, you know, because I love lasagna, being a fucking dago, and I was like, God damn, I smoke everything. Why can't we smoke fucking lasagna? I'm like, so then I text mom. I was like, hey, we're thinking about smoking lasagna. What's your recipe? Hook a wop up, and she did.
I hope you did say hook a wop up.
Well, probably didn't. Because she's white, you know. If it was Bex, I have to be saying that. But anyway, so that's I don't know. I just in my head I'm like, I want to smoke something, but I want it to be fucking different. And I'm like, God damn, mom's lasagna sounds good. I'm like, but what if I smoked that motherfucker? And that's all it was. That's all it was. So then I asked for a recipe.
Have you ever had smoked lasagna, Spicy?
No, never.
And then, yeah, right? Have you ever heard of it?
No.
Thank you. Yeah. So again, I'm not saying I'm a fucking pioneer, but what I'm saying is everybody else where we're from has never heard of it, and it's funny because again, shouts out J Mackie. He does not like lasagna. He came out to my housewarming party, and he ate.
I knew there was something suspect about him. He didn't like lasagna.
He ate lunch, and he ate a late lunch before he left.
Okay.
He had two. He told me, he's like, I don't like it, but you got me to eat 2 fucking helpings. What's that say? I mean, it's good shit, you know. So
it is, man.
So he ate 2 helpings. So it's badass. But
so what are you cooking it in? Like a tin, like we?
Yeah, no, just a 9x13 aluminum foil pan. Okay. Yeah, there's no secret to what I'm cooking. Yeah, it's a 9x13, just those disposable foil pans. That's all I'm cooking it in. Yeah.
Okay. What's in the lasagna?
There's a lot of. I'm trying to remember.
So the one that my favorite one is the meat was deer meat.
Yeah,
and then I had the idea just to like cut up like 3 or 4 jalapenos and throw them in there
because when they cook, they just add all that flavor.
Yeah, so he's like, dude, that's a great fucking idea. But what's in the mix? So it's like the burger.
Yeah, you got burger. You got Parmesan cheese. You got obviously your Colby Jack cheese. Yeah. You got your garlic salt. You got your fucking cracked black pepper. You got your.
Is there oregano in it?
No, we use parsley flakes.
Okay, that's what it was.
I'm trying to think of what actually separates it, but I can't fucking remember. I'm not just saying this because I'm trying to hide the goddamn recipe. I mean, I swear.
Is there cottage cheese?
Yes, obviously, yep. Cottage cheese you mix in with the burger. So you brown your burger. You do whether it's deer or fucking hamburger, and then you drain it. And then you mix your cottage cheese with it. So I usually use 2-pound rolls, and then you get the mid-sized cottage cheese. Well, then we use the chunky garden ragu salsa. So per 2-pound roll, I usually use about 1.5 of those jars. And then you mix that up, and then you got that for your base, and then you throw your fucking cheeses down and your noodles down, and then you got your pepper and garlic salt.
And he does it like I've seen him do it. Like when we were out there, him and B were both. They were like my 2 pans. They made 6 pans, like 6 pans total. Yeah. So they were like side by side. There'd be like layer of the meat mix, noodles, cheese, and they did like 3 or 4 layers, and he just like cover the top with cheese, and it fits it up perfect. And that's why I was like taking the pictures. So the fact that he made 6 and 2 of them. 4 of them were regular, and then 2 of them were the deer, and the jalapenos.
Which we love way more.
Yeah,
the deer jalapeno. Because to me, it's just got more flavor. Because it's a leaner meat, but the jalapeno adds just a more robust flavor.
And oh my god, this is pissed me off. This is like the third week in a row I could have brought you your frozen jalapenos.
Yeah.
So I got, because we had a little garden and we planted a couple jalapeno plants, and we got quite a bit from it, and so I keep forgetting. So motherfucker, sometime maybe you'll get it as a Christmas gift. But yeah, so dude, that fucking lasagna. I want him to figure
next
out.
time, just fucking let me know, dude. Let me know. That's why I was like, man, I'm surprised. Not that the tri-tip wasn't fucking balls amazing, and you guys aren't going to use it the rest of the weekend for nachos and shit. But I was like, I'm kind of impressed they didn't ask for that.
Well, I was going to, which would have been great because I love eating it. Mm-hmm. But I know you just said some type of meats, and so I just figured it crossed my mind, but I figured we'd stick with the meats since that's what we're talking about. So I think I'm glad, and then we could do the lasagna.
Oh yeah, dude.
Again, because it's absolutely the best. And I think
I've got it down to a fucking science. So I've done it 3 or 4 times. So like,
just within the last 3 months.
Yeah, I'm pretty fucking confident. I'm pretty goddamn confident because even mom's like, my friends are telling me because obviously all of us and it, you know how it is. Everybody's like, man, your mom's lasagna is just the shit. But it's like, but with Mama P, like it was like that's just what it was. It wasn't like I don't know. Maybe I'm just you could back me up or not. But I didn't feel like people just said that because it was our mom. Like, I mean, it was just fucking amazing lasagna.
Yeah.
And her friends that had told us that told me mine was better. And Mom even said, yeah, I agree. It is better. And I'm like, but I'm using your recipe. That's what I told her. I'm like, Mom, I'm using what you told me. I'm only changed a couple things.
Yeah.
And only how I cooked it. So I'm like, don't. I'm like, this is because of you. Like, don't. Shouts out, Mama, but like, this derived from your goddamn.
It was
recipe.
just funny when we were sitting there. And she's like, it's better than mine. I'm like, it kind of is yours.
Yeah.
Like, it's your recipe.
Yeah, it's like I only just threw in a couple extra things I think would add flavor. I'm just cooking it a different way. Like, the basis is yours.
And
like,
you get the smoke flavor, and it's just like Jen felt so bad because like was pregnant and she has the weird taste, and she's like, it's just too smoky. Yeah. But it's not like at all. It's just like
but it's only getting smoke on the top.
Right?
Yeah. The rest of it is enclosed.
Yeah, okay. But it's just like her pregnancy.
Yeah. No, I get it.
No, dude, it's very
perfect. Yeah, right.
It's very it's a very subtle smoke flavor.
Yeah,
but yet. I can't explain it. Like, honestly, it's probably one of my favorite things that I make. Okay. And maybe it's because I've never had anybody else's. Like, I've always had other people's ribs. I've always had other people's brisket. So, I've never had anybody else's smoked lasagna. So, maybe that's why I like it so much. Is because I've never had it.
But
so I'm not gonna sit here and say I make it the best because I've never had it. But maybe I'm a pioneer in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like.
I love,
but everybody else loves it too, though. So.
I love one of the best part is like when you go to a competition, you have like the other meats, because we joke about like I've joked with them, you should just like smoke a hot dog and just like just something stupid. Yeah. But
I've done that.
But
I've done that.
Yeah, but when you get turned in and somebody turns in lasagna, somebody's gonna be like, "What the hell?"
Straight up, because last year, because I did brisket burn-ins and then somebody else did pork burn-ins and
you didn't see lasagna at the competition, right?
No, fuck no. Yeah. You don't see lasagna. So, at this next year's competition, it's the same competition. I'm fucking smoking lasagna. And I'm going to fucking dice that motherfucker into 6 perfect pieces. And I'm going to get creativity for sure.
For sure, dude.
But yeah, like I said, I mean, it's good. And I love it. And I fucking love it. And the day after. But, it just might be because I'm the first of the game. I don't know.
You need to smoke a dessert, some type of a dessert. Like I know people do like cookies.
But I have to find a dessert that's cooked. That's the thing.
No, I know.
No, you do smoke a pineapple upside down cake or something?
Like a cobbler.
A cobbler?
Yeah. That's good. You guys, we're approaching the 3-hour mark here, so
I wanted to get into there's 2 things. I only wrote one down, so I don't remember the other one.
Just talk about both. Who cares?
Oh no, I don't remember the other one. That's the problem. No, burn-ins. Dude, I've never made burn-ins. I know you make them out of the point. You're supposed to chop them up.
No.
You've made burn-ins before, Vito?
No.
do you have a recipe you can share with the podcast?
Yeah,
For
you
me,
Yeah.
and then anybody else listening.
Yeah. Again, shouts out Mackie, or father-in-law Alan. So what you do is what you want to do is, okay. So obviously, when you get to a brisket, you got a point and a flat, right?
Yep.
So you know the difference, okay? So I don't have to sit here and try to describe it.
No, but do it. I mean, do it.
Okay, so but when we cook a brisket, anytime we cook one, the way I was taught to trim it was you trim it normal. You want to leave about an 1/8 inch to a 1/4 inch fat cap on the back side of the flat. Between the point and the flat, there's just that goddamn fat ridge line. We cut that whole thing out.
Okay.
And recently, what I've been loving to do is I cut that fat cap out and I just go ahead and separate the point. I cook them separate.
Okay.
When I smoke them, because I've had times where they cook perfectly together, but 90% of the time the point cooks so much goddamn faster. And I have to separate it anyway, and then I lose all the goddamn juice.
Okay.
So I just as I trim it, I just fucking cook it separately. Cut it off. So then, we get going, you get going, and then, so this is one thing I wanted to talk to you about is, and if father-in-law is listening, I don't care, but this is where we differ when it comes to barbecue. Because everything I've had from him, amazing. Okay. I don't know how he does it. It baffles me how he does it, because everything he does is by the internal temperature.
Okay.
Bam. Every pork butt, bam, pulls at the same temp. Every brisket, bam, pulls at the same temp. Every piece of meat you smoke is like a human. You're different from me. Mm-hmm. He's different from me. I'm different from you guys. So I go by the feel of the probe.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, like a brisket, if it inserts gently, but it's got a slight tug, that's when you pull the fucker.
Okay.
That's when it's tender. Alan goes by internal temp. Because I've had briskets where I pull at 203, tender as fuck. I've had briskets where I pull at 203, tough as fuck. Okay. I've had briskets where I couldn't pull till 213, and it's tender as fuck.
Okay.
So, in my barbecue experience, I go by internal temperature. By what I read and what I see, that's what a lot of people do.
Oh, yeah.
But again, the father-in-law, I can't ever say I've had anything terrible by him, and he does it.
Yeah, it's just different styles.
Yeah. It is, but every animal's different. So,
no,
but
for sure.
I'm kind of curious on his evil science. Like,
he's probably not talking because I think that's the two sciences.
Yeah,
I think like if you watch, like I watch YouTube.
Yeah.
What I do is I don't take notes.
No.
So if I do a pork butt, I'm like, okay, last time I took the pork butt, like I usually do them the same. All right. So the night before, I'll put a rub on it.
Yep.
Put it in the fridge, warm up the smoker, put it on there, and then if you go to YouTube or any website, they'll say, okay, it's about an hour. And I'm just throwing numbers out again. Yeah. Hail Marys. It's like an hour a pound or whatever, hour 15 pound or hour. Same thing with brisket. It's like hour and 15 minutes, hour. And there's people that say they go by that. They're like, I have a 15-pound brisket.
We'll do an hour and a half per pound.
Yeah, we'll do an hour and a half per pound, and then once that time is done, we'll pull it. I'm like, I don't have that much faith in anything.
No,
like
just think about, like I said, a 20-pound brisket.
Right.
Take an hour and a half times that.
Mm-hmm.
So you're telling me you're gonna smoke for 30 goddamn hours? Yeah, you're fucking crazy.
So I go off the meat probe every fucking time, and I go for the temp that I'm shooting for. You know what I mean? So
see, but the thing is. See, that's okay. So that's where I want to talk about this.
Okay.
Are we okay?
Yeah. I'm just getting some water, man.
Pags is puking. He's a bitch. He's crying. He's scared. He's holding up in the corner. The cat's got him cornered. He's a bitch.
So, again, so you're talking about going with the probe and a temp, okay? So, to me, I don't even... The temperature is a good guideline.
Yeah.
But I don't go by that. I go by color. So, like, okay, so when you go to wrap a butt, or ribs even, I go by color. I want to see a certain color. When I see that color, I wrap the motherfuckers. Whether it's an hour and a half, whether it's 3 hours, I don't care.
Okay.
That's when I wrap. And, but at the same time, it's like, so methodically, if you think about it, you're like, well, goddamn, if you just go by to a certain temperature, you're going to have more consistent results. And that's where and me being just thinking about it again, I get that, but at the same time, you know, if you think about every piece of meat being different, every animal is different. It's like every human is different.
Yeah.
They all have different stress. They all have different fat characteristics.
Oh,
They
yeah.
all have internal temp is a very good guideline in my opinion. And again, I'm a rookie. I'm a fucking rookie. I've only been doing this for 2 years. I'm not gonna pull out politics in my own friendly world, but I've been told to go by probe feel. I've been told to go by internal temp. Me, I have better luck myself going by probe feel. So, like a pork butt, you want it to just glide in.
Yeah.
But like a brisket.
Or you could twist the bone.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Twist
They
the
say-
bone. Or you can
okay.
grab the meat. The meat's pulling off the bone. But
Yeah.
the thing is, with the pork butt, you don't give a fuck if it's overdone because you're shredding it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're doing the goddamn competition and you're going to dice the money muscle. Okay? It's a whole other thing. But a brisket, okay, if it just glides in like a hot air balloon, you're in big fucking trouble.
Okay.
Because then you got to dice that motherfucker wide because you cannot cut it pencil width because it's just going to shred.
Okay.
Which is going to be tender as fuck.
Yeah.
But for competition, that's not what you want.
All right.
Just like ribs, to the average consumer, fall off the bone ribs are fucking money. But in competition, that's overcooked. Because anybody can leave ribs on the goddamn smoker till they fall off the bone. You want it to be able to take a bite and have a horseshoe of your teeth marks and be tender as fuck.
Okay.
But nothing else come off the bone.
Really?
So that,
I didn't know that.
yeah, it's exactly
I
right.
didn't know
Yeah. If you want ribs to fall off the bone, just leave them on the goddamn grill.
Well, yeah.
That's like just fucking cook them another 2 hours. So that's the art, and that's what I love. Is like it's you're cooking to your audience. You're cooking to, you know, and it's tough. So, like I said with brisket, it's fucking tough, and ribs it's fucking tough because we cooked at a flea market, and a lot of people loved our ribs, but in our humble opinion, a lot of them were overcooked because they were like, oh, them are tender, and they're just fucking sucking the meat off the bone. But in competition style, they're like, well, anybody can do that. You just cook them even longer.
Yeah. We talked about how, like,
You know what I'm
food
saying?
is an art.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, and
Because
stuff like that.
does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%, dude.
Yeah.
What I want to know is what's more important to you? Like, if you at a family gathering,
Yeah.
pleasuring your family,
Yeah.
or pleasuring like a table of fucking so-called judges. Like, what trips your trigger?
Oh, boy.
What makes you come the hardest?
That is tough.
It doesn't even have to be about food. What makes you come? What kind of porn are we talking?
No.
What kind of weird shit? Like,
Honestly, if it's between judges and family, it's family.
for sure.
That's not even
Okay.
that's not even a hard question. Because I might think differently if I had ever won money or if I had ever
Oh, yeah.
placed in a competition, but I haven't.
Okay.
I've come close.
It's probably just because you see it more as a hobby. If you were, like,
Yeah.
trying to do it, like,
Yeah.
if you own, like, restaurants and
Yeah.
stuff, that's business-minded, and that's
Even
way
still, it's
different.
political though.
No,
You know what I mean?
it's all political, dog. And,
Yeah.
and I fucking love it. And that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, I've only been in the game 2 years, and and I'm seeing both sides. And the thing is, though, is I fucking understand both sides. Like,
Yeah.
you know, my in-law telling me this, and I got other people telling me this, but I'm like, you know, I see your side, but I'm gonna take my own fucking side. Yeah. That might be the third side, but it is what it is, and it's. God damn it, it's exciting. And
Oh yeah, man.
but the fact is what, and he can even attest to this, that I've only been in this fucking game for 2 years, but every time people come home, they want to come out and eat. They want to come
Yeah.
out and
Oh,
hang
yeah.
out. They want me to cook.
Yeah,
And,
and I love it because Brittany's just like, which, I mean, it is a lot, especially all the time when we're coming back in the summer, you know, summer a lot and shit, and she's like, you're talking about making burgers. She's like, yeah, could you please? She's like, I don't need the ribs. I don't have to have it.
yeah, so like I'm smoking like 4 racks of spare ribs, and my wife's like, yeah, please grill burgers too, because I can have a burger, because she's just, I'm always smoking food.
but it's great. I love it, of course.
Nah, dude. So I love. Okay, so I love food.
Yeah,
Obviously.
fucking hit me
Yeah,
up.
yeah. This
Marty
is a
loves
cooking
food.
show.
Like, this is a cooking show. So like, I love learning about cooking.
Yeah.
I love cooking. I love trying stuff. I've never been in any kind of competition stuff. So like, where I'm at now is just trying to learn and get better.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get the boys into cooking more. And for a while, Cam had them like cooking, once a week or whatever, and they'd come up with some shit that was stupid, like ramen shit or whatever. But where do you see like cooking? Where do you see the future of cooking, or do you see like a trend going any which way with cooking?
What do I see is I see that the art of cooking in today's day and age is it's becoming a lost art.
Okay.
And just like I guarantee if you ask Marty's wife, JPEGs, she agrees, because that woman, I love her. Like, you can go to her for any sort of, like, hey, I want to cook fucking potatoes. What do I need to spice them up? And she'd be like, bam, bam, bam. It's fucking amazing.
Which is always cracks me up, because you think between like always like watching you smoke, helping out, when I'm there, when I'm here, like I would know how to do this, and I have no interest. Because Jen is such a good cook, and I like to help out, but to never, like, you would tell me to do some ribs, I'd be like, what?
But what I find is, okay, so this is what I find truly interesting. Again, I'm just the humble fucking wop from southeast Nebraska. So
disgusting.
Yeah. So you're talking about what I find outdated and whatnot. Okay, so what's amazing to me is you have all these technologies. Okay, so they first start with these electronic smokers. Again, I'm new to the game. Okay, I'm fucking new to the game.
Yeah.
So they start out with electronic smokers. They start out with, first of all, they start out with stick smokers. They start with electronic smokers. Now, we're getting to gravity smokers, gravity-fed smokers. We're getting to pellet smokers. But what everybody's reverting to is the fucking thing that started, whether it's offset, reverse, doesn't fucking matter, is the goddamn stick-burning smoker. So where I'm at is technology is a great thing. Mm-hmm. And if I want to cook a goddamn pork butt on Super Bowl Sunday and I don't want to spend all goddamn day out in the cold, I'm going to throw it on the goddamn pellet smoker. But if I want real fucking flavor, I'm fucking dicing up 3 wild cherry trees in my backyard with the goddamn maul. Okay. Like I've done.
Got wood splitter now.
Yeah, now. Yeah. And split it. But that's where I'm at. There's nothing wrong with pellet smoker. I love it. I love mine. I love yours. Man, they're good, but just to me, it's...
Dude, they're great, man. Yeah, when we do the nachos, do nachos this week.
You can't beat.
No.
Dude, okay. For the versatility, whatever. Versatility, and then the flavor for, like, not having to spend outside and freeze your fucking nuts off.
Yeah, man.
It's way worth it.
Yeah.
Way worth it. 100%. But if I'm going flavor-wise, I'm going stick burner all day.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
I've had days where this past winter where it was last January and we're at the fucking house in Fall City and I'm fucking stoking this goddamn fire and it's like fucking -10 out and I'm like cold as balls. I'm like, can I not burn a little bit of extra pellets for this? Like, right. You know what I'm saying?
You. Yeah, I hear you.
So God damn it, I love it. I love barbecue, man. It's a hobby. It's an interest, and
I think that's just what I love about it the most is it just came from being just like a hobby. It's like an interest and just trying to like, because like Pex got into it and stuff like that, and so it's just, it's just a learning. It's just something like that's your thing. I love it, and I benefit greatly from it.
Yeah. I know your girls are young as fuck.
Yeah.
But are you gonna get your girls into
doing it? Man, you have no idea. Okay. That's what's so funny because the guy at work, he tells me, he's like, man, are you not worried you're ruining your girls? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, because every time they go out to dinner, they're going to fucking hate it. Yeah. And I'm like, man, I never thought about it that way. I'm like,
because that's what we're always like when, especially like, I mean, we'll go to places. Like, I always like to get some good, like, KC barbecue and stuff. But it's always nice, like, when you can do it yourself and you enjoy all that shit. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that's what he asked. He's like, I'm like, man, I never thought about it like that. Well, I hope that they can decide they want a man or woman to cook for them. I don't care. Kind of hope they're gay. Ain't got to worry about it, dude. But, yeah, that's where he's at. But that's where I'm at. Like, I just want them to enjoy food. Like I want, you know, it's not.
And I think they will because they're gonna be growing up in it.
Yeah,
seeing it, for sure.
and that's
Seeing
like
art.
Dad. I mean, Dad was a badass cook. I mean,
Just that little, yeah, it was just in general, but yeah, it was just like a little.
he wasn't like
on the side.
fucking crazy into it like I am, but I can't ever think of a meal he cooked that was bad.
No,
You know, whether it was fucking ramen with beef broth and vegetables or whatever. But no,
good shit.
and that's what I love is like, you know, and even like Brittany, you know, she's spoiled by me cooking, and I love it. You know?
When you could get tired of baby back ribs.
Baby back ribs and brisket and fucking
I do get it.
pork butt. She's like, I'm just done. I'm just done.
Hell yeah.
Any other questions?
No, I got a ton more questions, but
Yeah.
Well, just
we're over
fucking
3
ask.
hours.
Yeah, with their hours. Just trust me, we're gonna be talking about food
Yeah.
as soon as we get off here. But yeah, I say it's
No, Vito, I
gonna
love
do-
it, man. You showed up. You brought the food. You fucking. All right, so you brought the food. You fucking smoked the food. You cooked it. You killed it. You're like, oh, hey, you know what? You motherfuckers stand back. I'm gonna open up the fucking podcast. We're like, oh yeah, okay, Mr. Big Balls. Like, you've been here once before. Now all of a sudden, you're ready to run a podcast. We're like, okay, we'll stand back.
Come
You
in,
fucking
dick
murdered
swinging.
that, like dick swinging. This motherfucker's got he's 6'7" tall, 12-inch cock. Like, we'll see how you do. You fucking murdered all that. No, man, thanks for coming on the podcast, man.
Yeah.
It's not only coming on the podcast, but it's great to see you again, dude. It's
Fucking
been a
right,
long
man.
time since I've seen you. I'll come down to your town. I want to see your girls, and yeah, man.
See that reverse. We'll get to it again later. So another one. We could talk for 4 hours.
Oh
but-
yeah, easily.
Yeah.
But no, I love talking about food, and you getting into competition cooking and smoking and all that stuff, and I think it's important, man. Like I'm trying to get the boys and my daughter in the, you know, like, hey, chop these tomatoes, peel these potatoes, cut the potatoes, like do all that
huge.
shit.
Yeah,
like,
it's huge.
Like the
It's a lost art. It's,
Oh.
it's extremely
Hey,
lost
I'm
art.
learning right along with
Yeah,
all of them.
The generation I was in was like, hey mom, like I want to go to McDonald's, you know, I want to go to Burger King, and I think we're getting away from that, but I have no idea, you know. Like, at least in my family, we're away from that. Like we don't go.
Yeah.
You know, we go to dinner once a month, you know, so and we cook, and I'm sure, and the boys, they take it for granted, you know what I mean? Like, I think me and Cam cook pretty decent meals, and they're just like, hey, we're doing enchiladas tonight. They're like, oh yeah, okay. You know, like, we don't give a shit. But no, anyway, we try, you know, we try to get them involved, but with, you know, sports and shit, like it's difficult, you know, but keep getting your girls involved in cooking, and you keep doing what you're doing, and keep us posted. We want to come to a competition, and tell JPEGs, you know, if she ever wants to fucking get married to a hero, like, I'm right here.
We'll do. So let's wrap up with shouts out. Fuck yous. Go ahead, Vito.
Oh, I'm starting it off.
Yeah.
Shouts out. I got red onions, racism with humor, my wife and kids,
Oh shit.
and then the fuck yous, gloves, grease fires,
Hell yeah.
and then porta potties. What the fuck's up with that name? I'm just curious.
Maybe fucking in porta potties.
Yeah.
I'm jacking off of them.
Spicy.
Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to read this. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna drink a little bit, just a little bit. All right, so I'll go fuck yous first. I'm gonna go fuck you, Ham. Fuck Oklahoma. Fuck Grill Mats, and then fuck Trump. Shouts out Jason Mackey,
Yep.
the ass addict. Shouts out Spencer, my army Spencer,
Yeah.
the fucking racist redneck Spencer. Shouts out Mading. Shouts out Volcanic Peppers. And shouts out to No Witness Barbecue.
Hell yeah. I got shouts out to Forehead Pussies. I felt like a week ago we talked about.
God,
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Shouts out to Trick Ass.
That's my carrots. You fucking bitch. You gotta drill tomorrow, pussy.
So that's the only two shouts out that I had. Fuck yous to Pickles.
Yeah.
Because fuck Pickles.
Yeah.
And that was what Chubbs texted me about. I told you guys. Yeah, he wants like a constant like fuck you to Pickles and
sure.
fuck you to Spencer for sending us Pickles stuff. Because he sends us pickle memes all the time and Chubbs hates it. So fuck that. I put fuck you Medina for being in first place, for taking over the celebrity death pool. I don't know why my brain wrote this down, but fuck yous to condoms, and then fuck you to crusty socks. So
Damn.
yeah, I had a lot of fuck yous. It was great. It's a great conversation, gentlemen.
Since you open it up, you gotta close it out, bro.
Well, did you? Okay, first of all, thank you guys for having me.
Yeah.
It's been over 2 years running.
Yeah.
Really happy to be here. And all I gotta say is spicy. Did you hear? Did you about the Jew kid that asked his dad for money?
No.
Hey, Pop, I need $50 for school. $40? You think I got $30? What do you need $20 for? Here's a 10.
Life is simple. Don't be a dick. Night sluts.
Motherfucker, yeah, yeah.